Are we on like now?
Okay, we should like start this, bro.
Oh well.
Are we live?
Let's do introductions.
Wait, did we shield?
Yeah, first of all, we have to chill and wait for people to get in
Yeah.
here. You can listen to us right now, can't they? Yeah, whatever.
Where's the announcement? Oh, it's here. Okay.
Okay, so then you just play casuals.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah, why not?
Utsugo. Let's go. Good old Utsugo.
I mean, does even Zero stream the game right now? I don't know.
Who cares?
Just go.
I just have to prove myself to Geki that I'm not complete garbage, but it doesn't go as planned. Fuck!
That's because you do J6A, don't.
J6A is the best move.
No, it's not. It's like shit move.
It's not a shit. I even got
Well,
the grab.
I want this move to be
Get on my left,
viable.
I'm limited to combo.
Guys, just imagine if like C version of grab was an anti-air grab, and she was like just snatches opponent into the and punches him into the ground, and it's
God damn it, I just opened the stream and I hear everything twice now.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Why does it not combo again?
It's because Genki crouched and it dropped, you were slow. I mean, it doesn't combo on crouches. Maybe Genki was crouched, I don't remember. Who cares?
No! Stop
Okay,
that.
look. Morphman, do you know how to use Oculus grab really?
Wait, what happened? Wow, that was the sickest cross I've ever done.
Yeah, and you did it intentionally. Absolutely, right?
Kind
I
of.
wish I had the skills. What?
Okay, Giga Flare. 3 Giga Flare. Do it.
Load
Goodbye.
to my ass!
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Load to my ass! Nah.
Everyone who
I
sees
have one
that
too,
Oku
dude.
is low
I have
here.
one too. Oh, yeah.
Goodbye.
And Genki with the perfect 7 golden letters for Genki.
No.
What a fun character.
See? Join the Oku army right now.
This isn't even pre-podcast being dumb. This is just me humiliating myself.
We are going to have some teaching lessons later about Suika anyway, so.
Oh god. At least it will be less sad than this.
It's okay, Niven. I mean, Morph, you can't humiliate yourself in Suika podcast because you won't be playing. Because you are a Suika main. Mains don't play. Amazing, right?
I didn't expect that much.
You should always expect
I
math.
will get that grab. I will get it. Just be scared of it.
Okay, so how much time are we going to be like streaming those amazing?
Maybe one more game because I don't want it to drag out too long unless we're just waiting for people to get in here and then we can start. Is your news ready? Here
We
we go.
don't need much.
We can just start.
No, we don't need much. As fuck as say.
Yeah, this is a good start.
People will all ask who the hell is Machii.
And we won't have an answer because we don't know. Because we decided that it would be
That
cool.
was maybe
Mega Flare!
What the fuck?
Calculated!
There you ass.
No, wait, what?
And you just got unironically hit by a J2A. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yes, now that you're on stream, I can actually win games.
Don't jinx yourself.
Nah, I can't lose this. I'm on a roll. Yes, grabbing an airborne target is maybe not my best idea.
It's okay, you tried. You get silver medal.
Oh god, we even have advice on watching now. This is... yeah, okay, I guess that worked somehow. I'm too predictable with this shit.
Just do a Bisnova.
Oh yes, yes. The Ronald
Is
has
Nova?
nothing.
На здоровье!
No здоровье.
Okay, go forward to glory.
And
I'll
here we
check.
go. We started. Come on, activate your shit. Yes. Well, that was.
Genki, don't block.
What the fuck? That was so disappointing. Oh,
Punish
yeah.
it, punish it.
No! Why can I punish like shit?
Zlatan, now you understand what I
Oh,
feel
shit.
when you watch.
No, I
play.
needed to. Wait, what?
What the hell?
Wait, what?
Mashing!
Liam died.
Dive into this.
Oh no, I'm not gonna lose this one, at least.
You are.
You will not expect that. Holy shit, you did.
I think this will be the last match, so you know, make it a
Yeah.
good show. Yeah, this is a good show.
After
This is my
that, we-
definition of a good show.
Yeah,
Is
Oku
Machii here?
mirrors with the. Okay, Morph, you have.
Yes!
Yes!
Oh, Giga
Yes!
Flare.
Giga Flare!
Oh,
Let's do these let's damage at the forest C reversal.
oh, BS.
Okay, I guess with that we can finally start for real. Is everyone actually here?
Give me a last one.
Okay.
No, you took the last game, Morph.
Morphman won the set.
Just quit
More
where I
control.
am. Oh man.
One more for
That
Genki.
one, I'm not gonna give it to Geiki. One more.
Okay.
But
This is the last
Is Machii
Where is
here?
Machii?
Machii, are you here? Yes, he's here.
Okay.
Then we start.
This is the last one and we done.
Okay, I'm gonna give Genki the last one and then we're starting.
Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Okay,
It's
this
common
is
knowledge
full of emotions.
It's
Oh,
common
what?
knowledge in the SA community that if you win the last match, you win the whole set.
Yeah, absolutely.
Normal.
This is
It's
true.
common. I mean, it's common sense. I don't know why would people think that winning last is not equal. I mean, that's how like Evo works. You win the last game and you won the set, right?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Absolutely.
like every time you watch Evo, the one guy to win the last game always wins.
Man,
Logic.
You can't argue with that, and that's like in every
Stay away,
tournament.
stay away, stay away.
Nah, man.
Yeah, you kind of expected it. That was too obvious.
That was
Yeah,
the
that
But
was
it's,
really
it's heavy fuck now. Time to come back. Well, that was
Man,
a
the
meager
two- the two-
comeback.
The 2Bs are really sad button.
So B is the best button, dude. I mean, look at this.
In the air, on ground is really meh.
What the fuck? The ground to be is way better than IR to be.
Look at the 2B now. See, it's amazing.
I mean, it's actual anti-air. Why wouldn't you like it?
No, what? Why are you allowed to do this? Stop that, Gig.
Oh no.
I mean,
I'm
Morph,
just
you
gonna
could have
claim
you could have taken the set, but instead,
I'm just gonna claim the desync that I won this. I mean, look at this. This is obviously not how I play. I mean, come on, I just took damage. That never happens.
Oh man, creepy son.
Good idea, man. More like crappy son, huh?
Haha!
and he is correct.
yeah,
Oh,
it's no-
wow.
Oh, the almost juggle, as in he got the first hit of the juggle and nothing above that.
Wow, that was a 660 and not J8.
Okay, come on. This 3A should really be nerfed. Like, what the hell is this?
Oh boy.
That's
Classic
not a
confirm.
damage. It's shit.
It's little baby America.
Yeah.
Oh, the damage.
The hype last game of the set.
Oh wait, it's hype. It's hype. The like.
hype. Set
Why
point.
did I fuck this up? Oh god.
Why did you press the button?
Genki's unmashable on wake up. What the hell is this? Oh, crappy son again. Get punished.
No.
And get punished again. Wait, that should have combo. What the hell?
That's because you missed. You did C
No.
version, and it missed.
God damn.
Missing 4K confirms. Oh shit.
It was not 4K. It was 5K.
Yo, we stream.
When did you jump into
I
my
can't
2-2?
tell.
Oh shit, no. Oh, it's just Tokakek. Look how great it is.
Hey!
And Genki wins the set after all.
No, it's the desync.
Did you see it? Did you see Genki fell too at the end? So it was
Okay, good games,
control.
Genki. Now it's time. Now it's time for the real cringe.
That was some real fun. It's really cool character, honestly. And I think that's a good way to start, yeah.
Join Soku Army.
Fucking
Okay.
shit.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're starting.
Sure.
Yeah, we are. Have fun.
Okay, so pretend that never happened and that we only just started. Hello and welcome to the 9th episode of the Hisouten podcast, this time around titled Solar Podcast of Mystic Wisdom, where we will hopefully, maybe, impart some mystic wisdom unto you. I doubt we will, but whatever. My name is Zaton, here with me is the usual crew, that is Zero Fuse,
Hello
Morphman, and Genki.
Hello.
And... yeah, this is a great start. Anyway, we have also invited guests, my friends. First off, we have the angriest of all birds, the defender of the Russian skies, Adept.
Hi, and welcome to the Oku podcast, where we will teach you the glory of this character. Join the Oku army right now. We have the best server. We are the best. Oku players are superior to all other characters, like in all aspects.
Yes, excellent.
That's a good start.
We also have our very first South American guest, all the way from Brazil. We have Machii.
Hi there. It's my first time around, so I'm pretty nervous.
Now, I imagine that a lot of people watching must be asking themselves, who in the fuck is Machii? Because, well, you're not very well known in the NA and EU communities now, are you?
Yeah, I'm not very active in Hisouten at all. I don't show up very frequently.
So how about both you and Adept give us a few words of introduction for those of the viewers who don't know you?
Okay, so who goes first?
You go first, because I am not important.
Well, neither am I, so alright. I guess the only thing I can say is that I only reside pretty much in the local zoo that is called Brazilian Community. It's Genso, and I am allegedly the top Oku player in Brazil, so yay!
Yay!
Right, you go Adept.
Doesn't that mean you're pretty much the best Oku player everywhere?
That doesn't automatically mean that, but I appreciate you calling me that.
So, hello, I am Adepht. Like, I am the fairly well known for Oku player for being an amazing mentor to our glorious El Presidente Zaton, and I am apparently I was third in the EU SOTA qualifiers, so it's fine. And I beat Alpha, that means I'm the best.
Real shit.
Top 5
I know.
Okay. So with the awkward introductions out of the way, I guess we should start the actual show. So first off, we have the news, but well, since I live the work life now, I actually have no bloody clue what's been happening recently. So Genki, how about you? Hit me with an update.
So as usual, we have the news right about now. It's not like it happens much around the community, just tourneys and people and stuff. So I guess we should go over the fact that the backroom actually had some results going on. So right about now, we finished with the tier list. You guys have seen it, and I think you have heard that Blaze isn't exactly happy about that.
But wait, what happened with Blaze? I missed that.
Basically, he doesn't really like the tier list in any possible way, but I understand, because honestly, I'm not completely happy myself with it. Some characters are placed in bottom tier, but they aren't really bottom tier level. They are more like unknown.
There is no bottom tier. There is only low and mid.
Yeah,
Everyone
basically.
is broken in this
Exactly.
game. Is that what you want to say?
Anyway,
So you don't agree with average opinion of backroom? Are you implying that Tessira is incompetent and pick to wrong people to make him?
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you are implying it.
I am even implying that, damn it! This man comes here once in a round and is ready to make a mess. Okay.
Genki, so who are you going to blame on this bad tier list? People or organizer?
No, because we are even done. Right about now, we are doing the matchup tier list, where we see how every character fares against the others. But that is still in works.
And then we are going to sum the matchup scores of all characters and make a new tier list based on average matchup scores. Am I correct, Genki?
Make our own tier list in
And
the podcast.
what are we going to do when this average matchup
God
score
damn it.
disagrees with actual tier list?
Okay, listen. You seem pretty pumped up to talk about tier lists, so if you want, next time we have the podcast, I guess I'll say it now, next time there will be no character, we will talk about whatever comes through us, and if you want to join us to talk about tier list, you're welcome. That's a good topic, so...
That will be the episode where everyone will be shouting at each other because we disagree on the tiers.
We will get also Blaze, so the topic is going to be flaming.
I'm already
It's going to be
reserving
a
30
shitstorm.
minutes to shit talk raisins, so...
Goddamn. Okay, so
Okay, guys,
30 minutes for
Oku
you.
Raisin is 6-4 in favor of Oku because Blaze lost.
oh Jesus.
Yeah,
Before
he lost to Monoai.
oh boy. Before we we off topic too much. We had tourneys. Do we have any challenge right about now? Because we had Dream Chaser, Meme Chaser, Soku Saturday, and a bunch of other stuff I actually didn't follow. So yeah.
Just pick one, but I think if we go by the flow, we can start with the Dream Chasers, the one that matters the most for me.
So Dream Chaser, the last one was the heated fantastical dispute of gatekeepers, the 8th one.
Excuse me, did I just hear testicle?
Please don't mind
Same.
it. Please don't mind it. So yeah, this one you Morph reached 3rd place. Wow, what about that?
Well, I guess I was too sober to actually win this, so that's why I only reached 3rd place.
I don't know. It was exciting.
Outside
had
that,
a-
we had the new old player Saron, I think.
Yeah,
I
hold
heard
on.
that
Let me
he
just
was
talk
an
really
old
quick.
player. So
Well, apparently he used to beat Blaze, so yeah, that's the kind of enemies we have to deal with in the mid-level tourney.
okay, wait.
More high level
So
than
wait. So are you now implying that Genki doesn't?
Oh, Jesus, guys! Someone save me right now!
But
Okay.
now that's been several weeks, Genki. Do you think you like the direction Dream Chasers is going right now? Are you satisfied with the current results?
So wait,
Okay,
Morph, you
oh,
could have taken a 2nd place, but Genki invited the guy who beat Blaze to the
It's
mid-level
balanced!
tournament
I tell you,
just-
balanced!
just so Morphman wouldn't win it. Genki,
Yes.
why do you not want
I
Morphman
didn't
to
do
win your
that.
tournament?
Okay, seriously, listen. I'm pretty sure Saron was someone that beat Blaze in the Soku lobby times, which is like 5 years ago or something.
5 minutes ago. Because Soku Lobby is clearly alive, I don't know. Actually, is it?
Anyway, it's fine because Saron is pretty good, but he is solid mid tier. The final game was like 0-3 for 1, then the last game was 2-3, so there was a full comeback and stuff. I think
Genki, there is information from chat that you have been doing this from the very beginning. Why are you trying to stop Morphman from winning your
I don't
tournament?
try.
This is all rigged against me.
I'm trying to help him every time, but he's doing stuff.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes.
Save me, Zio, please. Yeah, basically right now it's pretty balanced and everyone is pretty close to winning, if you ask me. Splinter is pretty close, and Morph. Yes, basically. No, I didn't. No, he has to win at least.
Wait,
He has to
actually,
win.
Genki, what's the like? Who decides that person is too good to be in the mid-level tournament?
Genki
We
does.
decide that.
I go by basically how hard you swipe the entire tourney.
So someone
Isn't
like
there-
the bomb who swiped
Yes.
the tourney pretty well, he would
Yeah,
get banned.
basically.
So wait, what if someone like actually average joins the tournament during the bad week when Morphman isn't there to show him the ropes of being a mid-tier? what would happen? Can you get banned by overperforming in the tournament? Like if somehow
Okay,
the top
there are
mid players don't come.
there are basically two triggers to activate to get through and get banned, which is basically one is to really swipe off the entire competition from the tourney, and the other one is to win the tourney. So if you do both, you are really close to getting banned, or you're just banned.
Wait,
It
how
depends.
can you do first without winning the tournament?
One did that. One did that. One
Wait.
played really well, but lost in the final game.
Well, yeah, you had Sarah, and like
That
Sarah.
means you should ban the guy who swiped Tron. What the fuck?
No, because he didn't win. This means someone is the ace left and it's better.
Well, hold on.
No, I mean,
But doesn't that mean you just ban both of them?
Sarah
I
is
mean,
like
you
a
should,
really
you
good
should
player.
be banning the guy who won versus one. Because
No,
he's
what?
obviously too good to.
Even in the other fights, he wasn't that strong. Come on. If I keep banning people each tourney, then no one will stay. I need at least 2 victories from each person to have
mean,
some form of balance, man.
There is a bit of a mess when it comes to balancing Dream Chasers. I mean, like there was a time where we were discussing like, should we ban
Yeah.
Scarpy? You know, Scarpy was kicking everybody's ass, but
I'm still sad about that. I'm still sad. I don't like it. I didn't want to, but Tessia was like, you should, because he got 5th place in Sota or whatever it was.
Yeah, dude, Scarpy's a god. Get him out of here.
Okay, to be honest with you, it's pretty hard to balance. So I follow some rules that make some kind of sense. And
It's okay, it's okay. I can understand that you are not willing to close arbitrary rules by which you are banning the people you don't like from your own tournament.
This is too deep. This is too deep. This is too deep.
Okay. Well,
Cut.
while we're on the topic of the last Dream Chasers, I do have a clip to show off to you guys, and I don't think any new or maybe a mid-level Tenchi player would think of this, but this happened during the last Dream Chasers, and it just blew my mind.
Okay, so
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
okay, so the Dream Chaser, the dream is dead. Let's go to memes. Meme chasers.
That's not even a meme. Just show off what you want in the reviews. I know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Did I miss something?
Yeah. You probably remember it as well. Yeah, you were commentating. Of course you do.
Are we talking about Dream Chaser or?
Yeah, Dream Chasers. We just wait for the reviews to put on the video.
Don't believe.
Put the dank stopwatch tag.
Hey Genki, at least you didn't.
Don't believe in the number.
Here we go.
Zero can mean anything.
Oh,
Trying to use Substance.
Try to use Substance, yeah.
Oh, Substance right now will be so good.
Yeah, in Typhoon.
He keeps asking though. He keeps asking. I mean,
Now we said I entertain. It will be great.
I didn't actually know that was
That King of Scraps title.
It's now what
This is the pillars to stop the damage.
Like, how did you learn the skill?
So
He must have known that beforehand, and he must have practiced that quite a bit.
There was some combo video stuff.
Well, you mean anti-combo video stuff.
I mean, that's pretty good. It's like as good as Magister backdashing my uncontrollable dive back in the days. Don't Typhoon. That hurt.
Wait,
That's why you shouldn't be running the shitty card, by the way.
Meme Chaser is
You will
moved-
get to that later.
Wait, Meme Chaser is tomorrow? What?
Isn't it today?
No, it's tomorrow. Seems that
No,
Irish had to move it.
Today, you
No,
might
that's
as well shoot
because
it.
he look, Genki, that's because he appreciates our effort to make Soku podcast great.
No, it
So
was
he
mostly because of Tessima.
No. You misunderstand him. He is just a tsundere. He wants Senpai to notice him. It's okay, guys. Okay, let's move forward. What is our next topic?
We're going to die. You know, we had Soku Saturday. That happened. What happened?
Blaze win again.
Well, who would have guessed?
I mean, yeah, sure. why
Okay,
not?
next topic. Nothing new here.
Yeah. We might as well-
The sad thing is that it's completely true. Nothing new under the sun, right? About house.
Maybe we should stop mentioning it because it's just nothing new anymore. We have Iron Angel,
Yeah.
Run, and Blaze. Like,
It's where is Iraq?
Oh yeah, where is Irok?
He has
know
better
that
things
I
to do
don't
than
win
win the
anything.
same tourney over and over.
He's out there winning like Guilty Gear tournaments or something, man.
Really?
No, I don't actually know that, but I do know that he plays Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue.
That's neat. That's cool.
It'd be
So
sad
we
to
also
see if we actually have Blaze win all the way up to Sokusat 100 though. Like somebody get on his level.
I
Me and
was
Splinter are trying,
thinking.
just be patient.
I was
I
thinking in trying to get back for the last two Soku Tourneys, like really trying hard.
But the Sierra is actually Hitler and doesn't want any European players to join, so he moves his tournament to the most unfavorable time, so that Europeans are always tired and literally can't win.
Wait,
This is not fucking rigged, dude.
maybe I have to play Utsuho in Soku Saturday.
Oh yeah. See, this is good because today we will teach you how to win with Utsuho in Soku Saturday.
How
That's
to win
easy.
all the games.
You will beat you will beat Blaze's Raisin because you know it's a good matchup for Utsuho.
Yeah, it's like Raisin can do anything to Oko, so it's
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
Oh god.
But yeah, moving on, Civil War.
I saw that it happened as Swiss. Morphin,
Thank you,
please.
Morphan.
There's no day that goes by without an ambulance.
I saw that we had a Swiss and Civil War. Wait, no. Civil War is. Wait.
Civil War is going to happen after this
Okay.
podcast.
Okay, so
I
it's
think
later.
directly 1 hour after we're done, roughly.
And
Right.
Swiss was the Sanger tourney, right?
Yep, that happened yesterday.
Wait, where is the link to bracket? I actually like Swiss tournament, and I think it's great that someone takes his time to like. If it becomes regular, then it's great because Swiss tournaments are like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Why
Swiss is
didn't you
pretty
participate then?
I don't know who plays.
I mean, here I'm posting the link in the chat. I hope that's the right one. Yep, definitely.
Sunday Swiss.
The Twitch chat.
12 people.
I will repost it to.
Oh hey, one got second. Then one is really working hard.
Who is the scam ham?
He is
Sanae
an example.
player?
An Amigo Sanae player, very good one.
Pretty good.
Played Rainbow. Okay then.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't join tournaments, of course. Just say.
Because it's an eye player.
Come on now, I play with 1 and scum him in 5 delay. Don't complain. Could
One
be
got
worse.
a better connection actually right about now, so that's good.
You could have fought Algren. Be glad that doesn't happen.
It
I
could be
mean-
worse. He could fight France.
It's okay. It's okay. I am not. I am just going to dodge all tournaments with amigos in them.
Oh man, poor
That
Dave.
means I am going to dodge all of them. Amazing.
Time to make
I
your own
am-
tourney then.
I am an active Soku community participant. I mean,
Yeah, we got tournaments going on, so that's pretty nice. We also got more people. So wait, we got more people, but for some reason the tourney numbers don't really get higher. That's
Yeah,
strange.
because the
I
new
mean,
people are
it's-
people that
it's-
don't want to play on higher levels, and we don't have the Scrubby Fridays.
I
So
mean-
if Sangers is listening, bring back Scrubby Fridays.
it's like I actually think that Scrubby Fridays should be like if you want to have an actual low-level tournament, you should make it a Swiss tournament because it's like
It's,
at the
it's
same
less
time-
discouraging.
even it's less discouraging, but I mean at the same time it's more discouraging. Let's not start at the people going 0-6 in Swiss. It's not the best feel, but but it runs at the risk of people quitting at the middle of tournaments. Like the issue with Swiss is that people have to be committed enough to go till the end. It doesn't really do well with quitters, unlike
Yeah, we had a couple of those in the past. People who just ended up like quitting from the Swiss tourney because it was taking forever.
It doesn't take forever unless people are unorganized idiots.
Woo.
Yeah, I hate unorganized
It sounds
idiots.
good.
These are the worst kind of people, unorganized idiots. Yeah.
Yeah,
I hate
absolutely.
those.
Fuck those people. Real self-loathing hours.
Oh,
Also,
yeah,
we do
we-
have the lineup for the what is it called? The Soku Civil War finally. So here
Oh,
it
yeah.
is.
It's okay, Blaze wins.
Just
No.
a reminder that this was made by good old Tiena. Thanks, Tiena.
Good
Thank
slave.
you, slave. I
God
will make
damn
a quick note about this banner here is that originally the team was like Blaze Dragon Small NDU, and then it was Yosu,
And Fahim.
Fahim, and then Coco. But it turns out those two can't participate, so Ren and Silver Fox will be taking their spot. To make for, I guess,
that's
a more
pretty
balanced
unfair.
story? I don't know.
That's
Yeah, I
kind
know.
of cheating.
It's okay, guys. There is Small and Blue in Blaze's team. He is going to Amigo all the Europeans of Iraq.
If it goes in this order, then okay, Blaze is the anchor, obviously, but whoever, no, Ren shows up second. So like the first two members of Team IROC are gonna have to face Ren and then Silver Fox. Like that's quite the skill jump right from Coco. Not saying that Coco isn't gonna destroy all of them, of course.
Oh, Coco is going to die. I'll be realistic here. Coco, when are you going to get good? Promote Coco for being, I don't know.
Dude, Coco can legit win the Dream Chasers tournament, so just
Yeah,
wait.
shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. So what does it say about the level of your tournament? It's mid-level tournament, Genki. She's supposed, but Oku army expects the best from you. You have to go like even further beyond. Get good. That means.
Oh yeah. And,
I'm just a tourney organizer, man.
oh yeah. And,
I don't even do tourney stuff actually. I just let the Bombe Irish help me do everything else.
I just wanted to point out the friendly amigos in chat. Bring up a good point. Machii, you guys did also have a civil war, right?
Oh yeah, we had a Civil War themed tournament like
How did
pretty
that
much
go?
last week. It was really fun. Like it was divided in two teams between the most iconic players in the player base, and we just had to fight each other in turns. And our team ended up destroying the enemy team, so it was really fun.
What are the
who
teams
is-
like?
Machii.
What's up?
Yeah, give us a link to teams or something, brackets, I don't know. We want to see people who fought. I mean, I want to know who were the anchors of two teams and stuff.
Why do you want to know? You don't play versus SA people anyway.
Yeah, but I can.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna
Just in
join the
case.
tournament.
Yeah,
Just
look,
in
I
case.
don't need to play versus them to shit post about SA and spam Hyper Amigas.
I'll see if I can find a link to the bracket.
Okay, while Machii is trying to find the Hyper Amiga tournament.
I think there was also a Russian tourney. I didn't quite catch that one though.
I mean,
wasn't available.
the Russian tournament is basically like Remix had some sort of small in-channel tournaments between active players going on like almost daily, but then he decided to make like something more regular in, I think, Big Weekly. And of course, the TO1, God bless. Anyway, I mean, he's trying to make it more or less be weekly tournament another in between Russian players. I mean, the level is not I mean, the spread of the level is kind of big because we don't have a huge enough player base to make a completely mid, but at least like Draconius is playing his Suika, so I mean, he wouldn't be out of place in the Dream Chasers on his Suika.
Draconius is a.
Yeah, actually.
He's a.
I mean, Draconius is a fucking born gorilla. He's gonna beat everyone
Yeah.
with his Suika.
I mean,
I thought he played Alice.
He played
does.
Alice, but like I said, he is amazing, so he's a really good player. I mean, I heard he even border escapes now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like
Can't
when he
help
heard
that in
this,
Dream
I had
Chasers.
I just want to know about Draconius. How do you play a character with a 12 frame startup move that you can actually mesh and
It's
you
not
like?
12, it's 10.
No, the 68 by Alice is 12. I checked.
What the fuck? It can't be 12.
I thought
got
it's
I'm pretty
not.
sure it's really fast, but for some reason it's not. Like what?
Okay,
Does
okay,
the
wait a
spirit-
second. I'm checking
of
frame
Tunga
data.
look
This
like-
can't be true. This can't be
I swear, I remember it was 12.
When we get to
10! It's
the
10!
fuck,
What the
man.
fuck?
Don't
Yeah,
understand.
Okay, it's 10. It's still pretty slow. I mean,
It's not. It's 6XA.
eh,
10
Tess
for
just said it's
6XA is
10.
really, really good.
I wish I had 10 for 6XA.
It's like that Alice combo video where was one combo from Alice mashing 6XA into Remilia's Devil Trickster. That was fucking amazing. Like, Remilia does random shit into Trickster and Alice 66A is out of cross-up version. Like, what is the window on that? I don't know. But Alice players are mad. They're gorillas.
They know something I don't. Oh man. So, are we anything new going on these days? Or...
Hey Machii, have you found the bracket yet?
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah, I got it right.
He's posting it right now.
Link it to us, it's like...
We have the bracket.
So why are we so disconnected from the Amigo server, Amigo community?
I think they don't like gringos.
No.
It might be because say community doesn't. I think it doesn't want to merge with the main server, so that means their events don't go into announcement. So we kinda miss them.
No, that's true.
I can't entirely blame them, considering the amount of hate they get because lag. Come on, lads.
It's not hate. It's just a joke.
It's okay, guys. You know, like when you play versus SA in 6 delay, you play Street Fighter 5 because it has 6 frames of input lag. Hard coded into the game. Like if you are playing offline, you are going to get 6 frames of input lag. So that means you're actually playing versus SA. So it's fine. Like, but at the same time, I don't. Nobody plays Street Fighter 5. So
As a fellow SA player, I can agree. I can confirm.
So wait. Okay. So it's.
I mean, you posted the challenge, but there doesn't seem to be happening, or is it going to happen in the future?
Yeah,
July
this looks like-
Oh no! That was just the brackets were just so we could see which players were registered in which team.
Okay, so I kinda know Kujibiki, I think, but who is Sal?
That's Dekarabia.
Oh, why is just Sal?
It's his nickname.
Tell him to rename himself to Salt.
Tell him to stop saying that Oko vs Ico is winnable. It's okay. I'm not mad, I'm not salty, it's just the way of life.
Machii, what was your score versus the Carabia in that tourney?
I started with 4 lives and he had 6, and it ended up being 1-0 for me.
Okay, so it's okay, it's just me being bad, Oku Iku is as we can't argue with stats, guys, so yeah. Congratulations, Machii, for proving the world that Oku is the top tier.
Kujibiki just said they had to give the other team extra lives. That sounds kind of sad, but I think this is how our Civil War would look like too.
It was really, really hype though. I feel bad.
I kinda like the Civil War like setup. It's really hype. We get some memes like Mad Frog and stuff. But I'm not sure how I like. For in my opinion, like this tournament, like I see how many players on each, like 10. I don't know. I don't want to be like 9th player on the team. I mean like or more like 2nd position.
Hold on,
or even 1st. Then you are going to, because you will have like 2 hours without games, just watching people go down.
I mean, yeah, the format is kinda reliant on waiting until your turn comes up, but it's fun watching your team like do well against the enemy team.
What if your team doesn't do well against the enemy team?
Then you're just
Then
fucked.
you shit talk them and tell them that they are garbage and get good. And
Pretty much. I mean, it's exactly what happened. That's the kind of camaraderie we have in the SA community.
But see, the communities are apparently so disconnected, and yet the mentality is the same.
I mean, it's fighting game mentality. I'm going to say that fighting games are made for ballies. So, like, yeah. People are going to shit talk each other, and then there will be drama because people are shit talking each other. And then they will make up again, and it will repeat the vicious cycle.
The magic of fighting games. It's
The magic
basically
of
love and
salt.
hate.
Okay.
So
We have one more thing, sorry. It was the Soku Pellet Contest.
Oh
This
yeah,
was run by
that up.
Saskao. I'm not sure if what it was for. Maybe it was just like to promote the Double Sun server, but well, I'm gonna show off the palettes that were submitted, and they're actually pretty nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, a few were questionable, I have to admit, but some were really good.
Yeah, some were good, but I don't know. I don't like Machii's palette. That was like one of
Oh,
the
hey,
top.
Saska is here. Thanks, dude. This was honestly a pretty cool idea. Looking forward to possibly seeing
Yeah,
it.
Noel Ellis was the best. The people who haven't voted for Noel Ellis are like,
Oh, that's a
they
nice
have
one.
no taste.
I still have to give people some advice. Learn how to set fucking contrasts in your palettes. I see some
That's
palettes
true.
that are above 30% contrast, which is really, really bad for your palette.
Yeah, the contrast is really important, otherwise the entire palette kind of falls flat.
Yeah,
But yeah,
once
most
you
of those are pretty good.
Especially the milk boot. That was my favorite.
Isn't that the default every Remo palette? No, it just looks similar.
Kind of.
I might have one more thing to show off to you guys, and it
Oh,
is
okay.
the
Oh, no.
current UI that is being made by Suscow. I don't
Oh,
know if
yeah.
you've seen it or
Oh
not.
yeah.
Oh wait,
So
there is
it's
a new
pretty
UI? Is it better than just removing all UI and making it transparent so you can actually play the game?
It's the edgy one, right?
Yes, the super edgy one.
Oh,
Well,
nice.
that's what we
Super
need.
Edge.
Where is it?
The Edge Master 3000.
I don't see it.
Please
Gotta
wait for
for
me.
it.
The Zero Fuse is now preparing.
Also,
I don't
now
want-
that reminds me, actually, Tessero was working. Well, I guess Tessero and Spike were working on making it possible to display the player's deck before it starts, before the game
No,
starts.
in the stream
yeah.
any moment, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Also,
like
here we have the
sure.
mod, and yeah, that's some real good Remilia stuff I see.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, this is a really
I mean,
good looking UI.
it's kinda not the worst UI, but at the same time, it's so out of place in Soku.
I think the
Soku is a light-hearted game. I don't know. I
I
don't
know,
think
this
you-
is
I
kinda
think
think,
like
in
the
a
theme.
game where everyone beats each other up because they're drunk, having a bloody open UI is not great.
Okay,
Good.
wait. I think the UI will work a lot better if it came packed with unique custom palettes that are all edgy and even custom
And
stages that are,
stages, yeah.
yeah, stages that were more edgy, and that's it.
Just Mortal Kombat stages, like Wemka 3, spikes everywhere.
So I do have a couple things to say about it. First of all, I do like how this this life bar looks. It would kind of help to see, like, if you're in practice mode, you can see how much damage something is going to do. Like, I know you'd remember it normally, but like with something like this,
Yeah,
you, know,
like
you get to gauge your damage very easily.
I don't
Don't you
think
have
that-
the
is
counter on that? I mean, it displays how much damage you deal.
Yeah, I mean.
yeah, I mean that like having the 10% marks. It's kinda cool, but I think that going for 10%, I mean they're kinda too wide. I think. I don't know. Like I just think that they should be less noticeable overall.
I know there's a lot going on in this image here. Like,
But I mean,
it's,
I can't say like it's still cool. Like I really like it a lot, but
It looks cool, but it doesn't fit Soku.
yeah, kinda.
it's edgy. I like the colors. I like the theme. I think it's going with like the Komaji Densetsu
Wait,
theme.
do they use like the Castlevania doors for cards?
I do not know what these cards are actually. I don't know where they. Maybe he made the graphic himself. I don't know. It looks nice though.
I think it's a door from the Komaju Densetsu game.
No, that's some weird choice, but hey, it works.
I mean, it makes kind of sense. And also, there is another version that Irish posted.
Wait, I mean that they can just took doors from Kamajo, now they take stages from Kamajo. And we will have our like dark and mysterious Soku. It will be great. It
Yeah,
will
I
be
mean,
glorious.
concerning those things, I was thinking about like running something for Halloween that would be like a stage and palette contest just for that. So that way we'd have like a real Halloween theme going on. But that's
Sounds
for
like
the
a good
future.
idea.
And we only get to use spooky cards? And no Suvaka
And
because
everyone
she is
names
not
Remilia.
Whatever that means.
I mean, just a lot of if your card doesn't have like it's not green, purple, black, red,
Okay.
then you can use it.
Green sword all the day.
Missing purple power, yay!
No, it's not. I get. Wait, stop. If we get Halloween Police, then great. Yeah, you will get the double spook.
Let's see if that falls into a podcast type. Too bad it doesn't, unless you want to move it to
Anyway.
Monday.
Okay, we're already almost 1 hour on news.
That's the usual.
The classic.
Okay, so I guess we can move on to the topic that good old Adept here told us about.
Yeah, this time
Which is
the next topic is called memes. Gameplay
Which
wise.
is okay. Wait. It's connected to the usage of cards and spells that are considered memes. So, what do you think about that, Adept? What is your take on this?
okay. Basically, basic idea. What we can say that is not a meme. There are. I mean, by the way, it's just on the topic of meme chasers and the hashtag meme deck building or meme decking. Yeah, that's what it was called. And what, at least what I learned from that single meme chasers tournament with pre-built deck, I participated in by playing random select. Yeah. Okay, so the tournament was fun, but there were like. We can all agree that playing the bread and butter decks for every character is not what this tournament is about. It was specifically made with the intent of going away from that, right? But some of the stuff that was submitted, it was made like it was completely terrible. It was not a deck. It was like some decks you were better off not using any cards at all. Like, and that brings us to the question: what is the deck that we want to see at the meme chasers? And like, after some thinking, I got that I want to see something that works, but in the unconventional way. I don't know, like Ramus 4-1 counter. It's complete garbage.
It's not garbage. It's
Gap
like
will say
reversal.
otherwise. Gap will say otherwise.
Okay, Gap will tell me whatever he wants. But,
Shots fired.
yeah, I posted nothing because I am too busy.
Irish savage.
Wait, I posted some decks for the original decks, and they were not great, but we will talk about that later. I mean, the point is that the deck should work somewhat, at least to some extent. I would like to see decks with unconventional setups. Like, do you remember the first meme chasers with Lionheart going crazy on his Sakura with fucking purple knife setups, busting Genki, like kicking him out of the tournament because
Absolutely.
Genki was...
That was
Okay,
great
wait.
stuff.
That was the second meme chasers, I think.
Say whatever, doesn't matter.
I won the first one.
What matters is Genki got destroyed with style.
I admit that was a really good deck, and I'm sad that in the end Lion did won the entire tournament because
That's because
he's down.
Blaze Dragon cheated the rules.
Let me guess, he didn't use a single card, did he?
He played pretty straightforward. That was the problem with Blaze. Let's say didn't really go for anything.
Fucking tryhards.
Anyway, we're digressing, guys. We're digressing. The point was, what do we want to see in the meme deck? And I wanted to see like stuff that is semi-viable, but not quite. I don't know, like Oku with Grab. Grab is shit, by the way.
No,
It's not a good card. But going for control rods is probably not the best idea. I don't know. Like, control rods are probably the worst card in the game. They are worse than Grimoires.
Control rods? I don't know. I kind of like destructive patchouli. It's pretty fun.
But who's the one getting destroyed?
Everybody.
It depends how you use them. I mean, if you have control rods, obviously you get increased damage. So you should pick spell cards that deal an enormous amount of damage. So probably just gonna pick some 5 card that deals incredible amount of damage and try to do that while having the control rods activated. Otherwise, imagine you have a normal deck of, I don't know, let's say 4 bombs and 4 Engekis and then run 4 control rods. That's kind of defeating its whole purpose.
True.
I mean, the point is that there is no point in control rods. You are not getting anything at all. The only thing that it does is it allows you to wreck people who are worse than
But
you
dude, you
faster.
play Utsuho, you can get even more damage. I mean, come on.
I don't need more damage!
You
No, hold
need.
on.
You're Utsuho.
Level
More
with
damage is always
That's your
good.
everything.
I mean, yeah, the damage is good, like, damage is great, I like damage.
Yes, damage
But-
is good.
Yeah, damage is good, that's the reason why people should play and be playing Oko, it's like, big damage. Anyway.
Hold on, Adept. What about if you run control rods with a full defensive deck, doing shit like DPs and reversals? You win off of countering your opponent from DPs. With
I mean,
control
the
rods.
issue with that is you are looking at the best case scenario. Like, oh god, first, like, what's the issue with control rods? It's a fucking skill card. You spend your time leveling this shit up instead of doing Koke, like, instead of doing good Koke.
Hey man,
like-
if there was no time limit, I'm sorry, if there was a time limit in Soku, that would be a strategy. Do you not
That's
agree?
actually true.
No, it wouldn't. Like,
Really?
That's not how it works. I don't want to. Like, okay, let's think about it. What makes spell card decent? Let's think about like actually good stuff. I don't know how we
The
got there
practical
from.
use of it and the
Yeah,
scenarios
like-
you use it in.
Okay, so basically you shouldn't use spell card. Like the spell card shouldn't be in your deck if it can't add at least 300 damage per card to some confirms. Like if you use 5 cards and it adds less than 1.5k damage to your combo, you're probably doing it incorrect.
You forget the mental
It depends on the
aspect.
play style of the player, though. Like, some players will pick spell cards that are more focused on Okizeme, and some will pick cards that are more focused on big damage confirms, like Oko, for
Okay,
example.
I am talking about right now damage confirms. Like Okizeme cards and pressure cards are really hard to judge, but overall, any card that does like 1.5 orbs of spirit damage is amazing. There are no fucking exceptions if it can be made tight from something. Semi-practical.
You
So
forget
wait,
the mental aspect of rods. You have them. You know you have big boy
Okay.
damage now. So you get overconfident and you can crush your enemy even better.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's high risk and minimum effort, but
it's-
it's still good.
The issue is that the upside of it is like it's not good enough. You get 10% more damage, your opponent gets 7.5. Like even if you somehow get it when your boss at the 10k HP, it's like around 250 damage. It's like, I don't know, it's not real damage, it's damage advantage, let's say, you got for this round. That's shit. That's beyond garbage. You just wasted time leveling this. Fuck! Why am I
Okay, wait.
Good round.
Okay, are we talking about control rod, right? Are we still on that?
Currently, I mean, you can also
I'm
watch
not-
something else.
Okay, we were talking about memes, but Control Rod
Okay.
is such a prominent card in meme decks. because
Okay,
It's easy to call deck a meme by just doing something shit and throwing 4 control rods and saying, just get the 2-1-4 sword fall counter hit into 5k damage combo with 4 rods. Oh, so mean. No, it's
Okay.
not.
the thing about the control rod is that it's a kind of all or nothing deal because you become a glass cannon, and
Yeah.
that's fine if you can do good neutral, because in neutral now you get like gigantic damage, and if you get one combo in, you probably do like 3k every time, which
But-
isn't bad.
But it's
depending
in a
on the character.
meme.
It's kind of like your
Okay.
opponent's subclass.
Let me go deep. What isn't a meme in freaking Soku? Because every time
Hell
someone
Gazer. Okay, there are
Knock it
basically.
out!
I mean, there isn't meme. I mean, that was basically what. We fucking digressed from the original topic of meme
No.
shaders.
Trust me, we are still in there because here's the thing. Basically, when when you're trying to get into, meme cards, everyone says, "Oh, it's a meme," because if it's not the default or best, mix, it just doesn't fly for people.
I actually kind of agree with Genki here. Like, the point of meme is to be something inconventional. When you have, like, for example, Oku, and you have Geyser, and you have Radiant Blade, and Radiant Blade is like, it's exactly like Geyser, except shit. Like, it serves absolutely same purposes, but it doesn't do anything. It's like garbage. It's not a meme, it's shit. Like, you can't go outside, find a dog shit, and call it a meme. It's not a meme, it's a dog shit.
Hey,
Hold on, but
don't say that about Radiant Blade.
does it have a use better than any other cards? That's how I would define a meme. Like, does Radiant Blade have anything that gives it an advantage over other cards?
No.
I'm sure there is something. There has to be.
Okay, Machii, you wanted to say something about Radiant Blade.
Oh, it's just that I don't think Radiant Blade is such a bad card. I mean, it's not as useful as Geyser, because Geyser is a multi-purpose tool, and it's one of Oku's best skill cards. Like, you can't even argue about that. But Radiant Blade is so... It's just because it's more situational. You only use it for, like, high damage confirms into Rocket Dive and stuff like that.
Oh, wait, yeah, there was some Rocket Dive.
Oh.
I mean, you aren't. I mean, I don't even remember how it went.
Wait, let me ask this. Can you do some stuff with Radiant Blade and some weather? Like, I don't know, monsoons and shower, typhoon, something.
It's kind of hard to tell. I think only if you get, like, a clean counter hit with the Radiant Blade, like, clean hit. But other than that, it's not possible because, like, 5A and 2C... Yeah, bird. Sorry about that. I live in the zoo. Sorry, this is Brazil.
Episode. This is
It's contextually correct. It's contextually correct.
But like 5AA, 2C, and then Radiant Blade, it just lifts the opponent too high to be able to bounce off Monsu and continue off of that. It's really
I don't remember, like, can you remind me how that RD combo went? I think that after Radiant Blade you just high jump cancel it into J5A, like Rocket Dive. I'm actually not sure. I completely forgot about that use, to be honest.
I mean, there's a like 4.2k damage combo on corner with Radiant Blade and Rocket Dive level 2. It's kind of hard to get down, but it's really good because of the damage. But then again, you're sacrificing the uses of Geyser, so...
And you're sacrificing your mid-screen damage, more importantly, because with Geyser you get the C-Geyser juggle into 3.3.
Well, you can also limit with Radiant Blade in mid-screen.
I mean, you can, but you get less damage, so with the damage trade-off of mid-screen damage versus like one corner confirm... I don't know, which also relies on level 2 Rocket Dive. And when you get level 2 Rocket Dive and corner, you don't really need more. I mean, you will get a lot of damage from pretty much anything. I don't know, it's like... I guess I can, like... that confirm is cool. but the point is... Okay, that's actually the point of a meme. To make get something that has some superior usage in some niche situation.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's kind of like that. I think it's also nice if you just change the gameplay of the character and you actually run that well. Like, grab Yomu is actually really fun if you know everything about the grab, because you can do resets, combo, just grab the opponent. No, it trust
you
me,
can combo 3 grabs for 0 damage again.
Okay, trust me, if you do 2 times grabs into combo, you can get even 2k, which is actually a lot for a move that is actually not reactable, you know? And if you can also do a reset for real damage. So there are some uses, but I think the important core of this topic is to understand that something can be called meme But if you actually maximize the use of that, you may also find something that is really unique to that skill or spell card and find some new usage that may look dumb, but it's actually really interesting or strong. I don't know.
So a meme comes.
My Soku career.
I mean, the memes can be real. Like like strong memes are fine. I feel. Let me get something.
You haven't taught me then, Adept. I'm stacked with memes and they kind of work.
I mean, people are actually like I remember Yafi having some crazy setups for to grab on Suica, and I don't remember what it was, but like some bullshit out of corner knockdown. You can ask him. I remember him telling me that he got something going that will make grab great again, or I don't know.
And he didn't.
So to capitalize, so what you're saying that when it comes to making meme cards or meme decks and meme strategies in the use of meme chasers, is that you want to see some real strategic use in different cards or different skills and capitalize on those scenarios. Like, let's say that you know, sticky bubbles on Patchouli, for instance, is really bad unless you find some kind of tech for it. And if you can find that and you use it effectively, that's the kind of meme you want to see.
Yeah, I kind of want like or some just fun. I don't know. For example, there was Quake Tensha on the deck list, and it was fun to play. It was complete garbage. I mean, it's not a good Tensha deck because Tensha's 5-card Quake is not the best cards, but I had fun playing it. I don't know. It was just great. Like you set up the 2 Keystones and they're garbage, but I don't know, they're fun. At the same time, I don't want to be playing this deck on, I mean,
in real games,
like in competitive. No, I'm not going to play that in real game. So I did, kinda. Versus not great. I mean, the point is that the core of double elimination tournaments, which makes me want to play more games, to meme more. Okay,
so
I
you
think
want it to be a Swiss tournament.
This is the fundamental flaw with meme chasers. You want to win because that will allow you to meme more. But memes are not productive to winning the games. We're onto something here.
I feel like I disagree on that, because if your memes are actually well played, they actually do something. You just have to really maximize everything you're doing with them, because
but I
there
mean,
are some
people will find some stupid, badly made decks that are like constructed Suwako, or like Cyrno with cards. I mean, some good cards and random garbage. And then they will get the title of Tryhard of the Week. Shout out to Small and Blue.
I don't know. What do you think, guys? What do you think, Zayton, for example, about this?
I mean, I've been even wondering. Let's say someone takes a card, be it a skill or a spell, that's considered a meme, and makes it viable. Then is it still considered a meme then, if it's viable? I mean, look at Wayward. He took the grab and he's fucking people up with it. Is it still a meme?
I don't. It kind of stays like that, but
people call all the shit I use a meme.
Yeah, basically.
Even though I use it probably the best way to use it.
Yeah, kind of like that, because some stuff is just not considered viable by some people, and it kind of stacks. Even
especially
if you
with older players who are really stubborn about their views, and then you talk about this card and they're like, no, it's shit anyway, just don't use it.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's really hard to change the views of some people.
I mean, Morph, you and Genki both use MPP in your Suica deck.
It's a good card, trust me. It's a good card.
I'm not even gonna say my opinion about that, but it is widely considered a meme, more or less, isn't it?
Which is dumb, because if you use it right, you get like way more damage than using Atlas. That card is capable of doing around 7k alone. What the fuck?
Potentially.
Well, yes, but MPP kinda depends on. Like, would you say that if your opponent knows how to deal with it, is it still
okay, it works.
Then it becomes a mix-up game.
Basically, here's what happens. Unless the other player has access to our spell card with a lot of hits on, this, oh, he can just go around the card, is not so simple. There are some scenarios that can happen, but they are really specific. Like, I guess Sakuya can just launch some V bullets and teleport. V bullets,
she
teleport.
can't.
No, she can't, really.
I
Did you try?
I know that she can't. She will get beat out of it.
Okay, so
Okay, there was Yafi's video missing purple power, just like Kujibiki stated, and I mean those who use missing purple power and haven't watched it, or those who think that it's cool.
Yafi videos explain how MPP works, but it doesn't feel like it's a good card for competitive play. It is like, the card has some uses, but in competitive play it becomes kinda because if the opponents are knows how to handle it, then it loses power, which isn't true, because even if you don't get damage, you can still crush, which gives you, pressure somehow.
I mean, there's people who waste 3 cards for a single crush, and MPP is 4 cards and can crush like 5 times.
Yeah, that's why Yomu's 5 cards is good.
Yeah, see, you almost use 5 cards, and Sakuya has the 5 card as well, which is just there for 1 crush. Let's be honest there, 1, maybe 2 if you're good.
But Sakuya doesn't use 5 cards, he uses 2 cards for the same crush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 3 cards for another crush, and then another 2 cards. Yay! I love Sakuya.
Balance gameplay. But yeah.
Sakuya has 3rd worst overall win rate in the game.
But yeah, point is, I think it really depends on actually really, what's the word? Going deeper with some cards. You really need to understand all the layers. These days, I'm not playing as usual, but I like to lab around Soku. So I was testing the level 1 spec card for Suika, the Mist. It does 0.5 damage of Spirit. With some block string, you can use that to break the guard. It's
how bad is it on block?
It's not. If you're well positioned, you can mesh something out. It's kind of risky though.
Okay, so it's minus like 10 or even worse.
Consider that it's level 1 card, so you can, for example, have that, then switch to, I don't know, MPP. So you do that, then MPP.
Is it tight from like specials melee? Like, can you do it from
it's
from 6 to 3 punch? 6 to 3 punch is great, by the way.
6 to 3.
Like,
the
character.
Yeah, the spam. Nah, at that point it's not good to use it because 6 to 3 is kind of a hander. Unless you crush with it, it's it's not terrible. It's usable.
If your opponent is exactly at 0.5 orbs, and you crush with 1 card, can you follow up?
After a crash, yeah, you can follow up.
Oh yeah, that's great. And if it like does it knock down on hit? I don't know even. I don't know anything.
I think it does. Yeah, it does. It's
That's not.
You are the problem right now. It's not okay. It's not that good. It's not that good. Okay, but it's an option.
Genki, okay, I am going to say that Irish some time ago stated in chat that he defines a meme as an unconventional card that doesn't see much use.
It's not even the worst card in the game!
No, wait, I'm not talking about this card. I'm talking about overall. We were started on meme cards, and we have definition by the tournament organizer. It's an unconventional card that doesn't see much use. Do you agree?
Okay, so a lot of meme cards definitely don't see much use. The problem is that people don't really care about some uses. This card, for example, it does 0.5 speed damage. It's, I think, 0 or something. With some spacing, it's okay to use it from far away because the opponent can't actually punish you and you can actually mesh a far 5A. And degenerates a mist that beats every single bullet, or most of them, because it's like super duper dense. It's okay. It's not the best card in the game. Okay, but it's usable.
Is it a meme?
Probably, definitely, because it's not used, and people that see in use are like, oh, vape.
Vape, okay.
Vape
Like,
Nation.
what are those other good examples of cards you want people to consider for meme chasers that aren't already there? Or something like, just hit me with something that you want to see.
I'd
Oh,
rather.
there's-
There's something I'd rather not see though, and it's it's the spam of system cards.
God
Like-
damn it, this
Oh,
you
yes.
fucko!
There's so many system cards in all those decks, and I just feel like, while some of them may be like usable and have a lot of practical usage, it doesn't have that strategy you're looking for, that real meme feel. You know?
It kind of feels cheap, right? Like,
Definitely.
you know, toss in 4 or 8 cards considered meme and just, oh, well, I'm just gonna fucking fill the rest of the deck with system cards and call it a
I
day.
mean,
That's
at
what
least
people
it's not one of every skill. And call it I spilled tea on my keyboard, lol.
Or, you know, plebeian binary genders. But hey, that one came with the theme, so you can't shit on it. I don't think you know which deck I'm talking about.
You mean the one that you may have one of each card?
Yes.
Yeah, that's.
Wait,
I mean, there's
one
a difference
thing
between a
isn't
meme
well.
deck and their shit deck. That's what we have to point out every single time.
But hold on. Patchouli's alts all have a use. They are usable, with the
They have
exception
all
of
a
maybe
use, but-
sticky bubbles.
But you're still gimping
What,
yourself.
okay, what do
There
the
is fucking 6 to 3 like flash of
I-
spring that has no use.
Tell me what the sticky bubble even does.
Okay,
I
well,
don't-
upon hitting the opponent 10 times with a sticky bubble, they will turn into a bubble, and you can do like a maximum default combo of like 2,900. But like, the idea behind plebeian binary genders is that you always have the option for whatever matchup you're facing, because Patchouli does like to swap decks depending on the matchup. In cases like Yomu or Aya, she could run the condensed bubble or the Emerald City DP, and it's like really strong against them. And
Wait,
you get that
condensed
option.
bubble, you reminded me.
Go ahead.
Condensed bubble is literally the best card in the fucking entire game.
This guy knows.
Like when you get
My
the
guy.
condensed bubble to the decent level, you just fill the full screen with bubbles and you feel good about yourself. It's like 660 with the condensed bubble.
Hope
Like
you're ready for a
660.
bubble bath.
I've seen the bubbles. It's pretty bad
Just-
for the opponent.
Bubbles
Just
are pretty good.
imagine, like opponent grazes forward, so you think that he is not going to stop, and you do 6xb, he grazes, and you like, oh my god, I'm going to cancel it into something, and it's something is condensed bubble, and the opponent presses buttons and hit bubble, and goes to the, like, and you're happy.
It's also pretty it's also very good in Typhoon actually, because if they hit the bubble in Typhoon, they don't get blown back. They just take the damage, and you can keep spamming the bubble, and they end up blowing themselves up. Like this happens.
God, I want to play condensed bubble patchouli now. Now that's a meme I can get behind.
Oh yeah. Hey, Machi, do you have any more meme stuff about Utsuho or any other character? Because I'm kind of curious now.
I mean, the SA community has plenty of memes. The memes reign over all of us, pretty much, in SA. But I wouldn't say I'm much of an expert in meme decks. I really do not have the imagination to make a proper meme deck. Like, for example, we had a meme-themed tournament, kind of like Meme Chasers back then, and I ended up winning somehow with one of the shittiest Oku decks I have ever made, in which I held 4 retro atomic models.
Hey, that's a good card.
Oh wait, no, sorry, I mistook it for the
Vengeful Nuclear
Nuclear. Yeah, and that card is so fucking shit. There is absolutely no use for it. I could only, like, the only thing I could think of doing is, like, I need to actually use this, otherwise I'm just playing normally with a deck that is actually...
Yo, Machi.
So,
It has use on Eco to counter this matchup you do, like, because you can high jump cancel 9 J5A on standing Eco, you can resign your don't mind me.
The wildlife breeze.
the only bad thing is that I never really got to face any Ikus. I only got to face, like, Komachi and I think Tenchi, I don't remember. So it really didn't work out at all.
I mean, it just gets placed too high. If it was placed at like a little bit
Lower.
lower, yeah, then it would be so much better. But I still remember watching some Japanese Okus and playing with Vengeful Nuclear Spirits, and I never seen it doing anything useful.
Wasn't there like there was a mod that someone made, I think it was Tess even, that actually made Vengeful Nuclear Spirits useful because it automatically aimed at the opponent when you activated it, and that actually made it useful.
No, wait, that made it bullshit, I think. That was dumb. I mean, like...
Basically Alice.
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda, but it's better than default.
I mean, default is cool. I like default. You can use it. When asked why Monai has default skill cards in his deck, he said because he likes to fly around or something like that.
Yeah. Oh no, I asked him like why does he level Shooting Star the default 2-4 versus Raizen, because I watched his replays versus Blaze. But the only answer I got is it's because it's fun.
Yes, that's why we're playing games. So using a fun skill is not.
Honestly,
Man,
that's
you're
acceptable.
weird, dude. I don't play games for fun.
Yeah, I played games to win. I only get hard when I hit hard.
Oh god.
I think we made up right about now. Do we want to move on?
At least one more question to ask. Is it
Okay,
bad
wait.
manners to meme deck in a normal game just to have fun, or is it not?
I don't
I mean,
think so. I mean,
if you have the general consensus, I don't think it's a bad thing.
So you have to
Yeah, like-
consent to using bad manners.
I consent
mean,
to letting you use
if your
crappy decks
opponent
against him.
tells you that you're fucking around and he hates you for doing that, or something like asks you to change decks to something normal, I would comply. But overall, if you want to like run your condensed bubbles versus some disgusting Kaya players, then fine.
So it's not really BM as long as they agree, but like that then it comes down to like how your opponent perceives the deck you're using. Like what if you're legitimately trying to practice something and they take it as BM?
Then
Yeah,
you
it
tell
is-
him
it's
that
fun,
you are
but-
trying this street stuff, and if he doesn't agree, then he is then he hurts your feeling, and like implies that you're I don't know. Just ask him what is his agenda. And
You
stuff.
just tell him to fuck off and learn how to deal with the deck.
Or that, yeah. I'm gonna.
That's
But Machi, what
have
if
yet
you are losing with your meme deck?
Then you just
Follow
then you
that.
look,
You're
basically, if you win with the meme deck, then it's BM. But if you lose, then you're just a shitty meme. Nobody wins here, really.
I can't win, you say? God damn it.
If
No,
you
you're
lose,
special. You're special, Morph.
if you lose, you also have an excuse.
Yeah.
The
so
option
I-
select.
Okay, guys, we need to get to some sort of conclusion.
I
on
got
what.
one more question.
Okay,
So concerning all these decks and different strategies you could be playing, what about playing Suwako? Is that considered a meme?
It's
Why?
bad manners. It's bad manners, no matter what you say.
That doesn't
It's
work
bad
like that.
manners, it should be done.
Playing Suwako, I think, is counted as just as self-loathing and just showing it off to your opponent. It's like saying, "Hey, I'm depressed."
There is more to that. I know that. There is more.
Okay.
Yeah, more of that in the Suwako episode.
Wait,
We
I-
uncovered the truth.
wait a second. I'm like zero shows. Don't stream.
Oh yeah,
Wait,
the
what?
classic.
Alright, I'll put this up.
Wait, what?
This is the classic.
Oh yeah, the classic.
Oh wait, that Imgur link as the woo face. Damn. Deep. There's some deep lore.
Okay, guys, I still want us to come to some sort of the conclusion on what is a meme.
Basically, if you don't like something your opponent is doing while he beats you with it, you just call it a meme.
Basically, I think that's
Pretty
the answer.
much.
If they're playing a non, standard ways of playing the character or the game in general, then it has to be meme. It doesn't matter if it's cards, doesn't matter if it's like weather manipulation, it doesn't matter if it's the character. If you're doing dumb shit, it's a meme.
Man, we are awful about that. Why can't we just, move the tech forward with new stuff instead of
I'm just
being
going to
meme?
say we haven't accomplished anything by talking about memes for 30 fucking minutes.
I don't think you can really accomplish anything.
I don't know. I feel like we went somewhere, but we didn't, dig deep enough.
It's theory crafting, That's how we.
Yeah, basically.
It doesn't
Remember,
have to
we
come
had
to a
this kind of
conclusion.
talk before.
Memes are a bottomless hole. You just keep going, but there's no light to be seen at the end of it.
There's
Yes.
a philosophy to memes.
So are we guys going to make meme decks using the info we acquired here and then play each other after the podcast ends?
Let's do it after we're done with the character discussion. Why not?
If anything, we
Okay.
may have influenced meme chasers. That's what I think.
Yes, we're making it big, boys.
Okay.
Oof, okay. So enough about those pesky memes. Let's move on.
Finally,
So
we get to
today,
the character.
finally today we have the main topic. I don't think I need to say anything and just leave it to you guys. Yeah, sure, I'll do that. So go for it.
Well,
I
this
mean,
is
you can at
awkward.
least give them a point where to start.
Okay, damn it.
So, Machii and Adepts. First of all, we start with the character discussion by going into the lore. So, why do you like this character? Do you know about Utsuho's personality, and do you have any resemblance to her?
Can we just... Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I kind of. Sorry, I'm stumbling.
No, it's great. Even your
the
bird
bird-
was
Surrounded
solved.
by birds. He's surrounded by Utsuhos.
Sorry. It's terrible. He doesn't want to shut up, so I can't do anything.
Kill it!
No, it's my pepper. Anyway, since we're talking about the most autistic people in the whole cast, I mean, the one reason I think I like her personality-wise is because she reminds me of like those old villains that have superficial goals. Because she's the only one in the total lore that actually wanted to rule the world, right? So it's kind of like those kid shows that I used to watch way back when. And it's really fun to just see her as this tomboyish, stumbling bird that can't get things done right. And she's also ridiculously powerful, so that's really fun.
So, do you think she would make for a great Dragon Ball villain?
Absolutely.
I mean, she would just wreck everyone down, so probably. She could just end the series right there.
Well, from what I know about Utsuho, the story in Subterranean Animism is that she received some kind of godlike power from Kaneko, I believe it was, and then she mistook the information and was like, hey, I'll use this to conquer the world, because I think that's what I'm supposed to do. This is a literal situation of, wait, what am I supposed to do with this? Oh, I guess I'll go crazy.
No,
Yeah,
wait.
basically.
She just wanted to make the world a better place for everyone, and if that involves, and because she lives in actual literal hell, and it's a good place for her. Clearly, that means that everyone will have a better way of life in hell. So,
Best
like,
president.
It makes sense.
She just wanted everyone to embrace the warmth of her son.
Yes, but yeah, to go more specific on the story, basically Kanako, for whatever reason, I believe she wanted free energy, somehow tricked Utsuho into eating a sun god, Yatagarasu.
How do you trick someone to eat a fucking god?
Wouldn't you eat a god?
Wait, I think the Yatagarasu is like a small raven. Is big. It just
I don't remember exactly, but Yatagarasu stems, I believe, from Chinese mythology, and it is it's a sun god.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit, Yatagarasu, okay.
Yeah, and it's a three-legged crow.
Or
it's
something.
I think it's a little raven with 3 legs. Yeah, which isn't big, so eating it shouldn't be hard.
So is her rod supposed to be her third leg?
Yes, because Zun's like I remember reading somewhere about this. Basically, Zun said that placing it anywhere else would be indecent.
Great.
Thank you, Zun. Thank you. But yeah, the idea behind the plot of subterranean animism is that she ate the god and went completely mad with power. She got kind of high on fire, if you will. And well, when she kind of tried to burn down, she just wanted to see the world burn, and that's why I like the character. I can relate to that.
You want the same to happen to the community, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I mean, it's still better than the reason I like Oko, and the reason for that is because she had big damage in Soku. And after playing Oko, I mean, apparently I just start liking any character if I play it long enough. I have it somehow backwards, so yeah. You pick the character, you play it, you like it, and that repeated for like all my main characters. I have a small folder of pictures for every one of my alts that I played semi-seriously.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, sorry, I cannot speak English. My English is not very yes. There isn't really that much known about her as a character or her personality, because like in SA it's the usual boss talk. I'm gonna burn down the world, yada yada. Then she gets beaten up by Reimu or Marisa or whatever, and then they sip tea together. And
Like everyone else.
Yeah, the classic. While in the Hisouten Soku story, she's pretty much a killing machine sentinel in the reactor. It was in Tourneys' story, I believe, where she fights her. She throws so much explosions that she can't see shit, and Cyrno just kind of escapes using that. And Oku just assumes that she vaporized her and goes on about her way.
I mean, that's a reasonable assumption, by the way.
Oh yeah, she says Unyu for some reason.
Yes, and she says Unu.
That's
I
because
got it soon.
It's a meme from the subterranean animism. I think it was in some epilogue about hot springs.
It was in one of the epilogues, I believe. I can't remember well.
I don't know. But I have to say that the Utsuho boss fight in Subterranean Animism is the most epic of all Toho boss fights. You like beat some
It's
cats.
also the most bullshit.
I
To be fair.
mean, I am going to actually agree. Like when you come to Oku and you're just like beating Orion, which was funny and like kinda hard, but it was not quite. And then you're greeted with fucking explosions everywhere. Nuclear fusion, half of the screen is red, another is blue.
Yeah, it's
and
pretty cool.
it all hurts.
I really like that.
Yeah, and I gotta say that her team, her boss fight team, genuinely feels like a real boss fight team, unlike some others. Like it's hype, it has that tempo to it. It's actually how I even found out about the character. Like when I was making my first horrible steps into Tuhu, I did not know how low I would fall then. And I kind of
you're rising high above the skies. You're the El Presidente of the.
which is why I said how low I would.
Oh man.
You think you reached the bottom, but you went into hell.
Yeah, I was just kind of checking out the teams, and I was like, oh hey, this nuclear fusion thing is pretty cool. And like 50 listens later, I decided to check what character it's associated with.
Oh man. I think the most interesting thing is that the siren that goes off when she's fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty
really
damn
nice.
cool.
Yeah, it has a cat on it, so it's cool.
Warning. That's probably the coolest part for me.
Yeah.
Just Tessie, we're gonna ask us something.
Oh boy. Tessia with the lore.
Wait, what? The Sirak knows the lore?
He just
I don't
wrote,
know.
okay guys, answer this, and now we have a lot of silence.
What did he mean by this?
Trying to throw the podcast off rail, yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it
You
was his
boy.
previous question, which is like, how big are Utsuho's power storage centers?
Oh.
Oh. Yeah, okay, I didn't read that.
What is Utsuko's power level?
Oh man. I guess someone can answer that.
Answer what? There is nothing to answer. I can answer to nothing with yes.
maybe Zayton can answer the power logic question for us.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I got
Soku's power level is very yes.
Oh, okay,
very yes.
I got you.
Yeah, the thing is that, like, she's very powerful, but at the same time, I wouldn't say that she's completely dumb, but she's not exactly the the sharpest knife in the drawer, and she kind of has memory problems because she's a
It's
bird.
actually fucking disgusting. This is the
So she,
like
so she
the
doesn't really utilize her power well.
There
Machii,
is-
how do your birds compare to Utsuho? Did you name any one of them Oku or something?
I wish I could have, but someone named them before me, so I couldn't get the opportunity.
Get
Missed
new birds.
opportunity.
I'd say they're pretty on par.
Tessiro with the real questions.
Oh,
I'm actually going to agree with the Zero. This is the biggest issue with big
What?
brand Oku I have.
it makes sense in context.
It
because
doesn't.
Oku is a big girl. She is really. Wow.
For you.
She's not a big girl, like, ever. But I don't mind.
Not every big girl should have a humongous rack. You have Komachi for this.
Look,
True
Tessiro,
that.
she needs to store. She needs the warheads at hand. Warheads are big.
No.
Like you can fucking get a tiny ass missile. A tiny ass titty
Shut the
and
fuck
call it a
up.
missile. You need a warhead, a nuclear warhead, dude.
You don't need warhead when you can summon sun.
But why not both?
Why? Because no.
Okay, but in Soku, everyone is flat for the most part.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thanks,
it's because
Elstis.
everyone is chibified and
I
stuff.
mean, if we take Alpha's art as a semi-canon, this eye is actually huge enough to like you can't have a massive rack with that. It's actually absurdly big, and if that shit weighs anything, it should throw her balance off so much. I mean, her wings counterbalance it, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I didn't think of it like that.
Honestly, we can't really go on about much sense, with how the characters look in Soku, because, like, I remember reading somewhere about, realistically, if humans had wings, how big would they have to be? And they would have to be huge, like, if they wanted to fly.
Dude,
But,
Getsuki
obviously-
is a place filled with magic. Why do you care about physics?
Okay,
Northmen will be real.
That is a very
Northman,
fair
because
point.
this is a character about nuclear physics.
Oh,
Just saying.
Damn.
We
Damn.
have actual physical concept as the power of the certain character. So
I'm pretty sure she will die from radiation when she uses Giga Flare. That would
No,
have
she
been the
doesn't
next
die-
Soku
But
patch.
she has plot power immunity. It's fine.
Oh.
I mean, following that logic, Reimu should fucking die the moment she approaches her in the game, doesn't she?
I mean, following the logic, she summons a fucking sun that are like they're quite hot, and if you graze a sun,
You graze it, you don't touch it. There's a difference,
Yeah,
my boy.
I think we abandoned any logic the moment we tried to apply it to Toho.
We abandoned logic the moment
Oh,
the
first
Zero asked
mistake,
about her
don't-
Kahooters.
Someone said we have to abandon in these cases. So
moving on.
we went pretty deep on this kind of stuff, the breast.
The next part is:
The
do you
important part.
think her personality reflects her playstyle? If you ask me, yes. Utsuho is dumb as fuck, and her 4A is the most.
You are this mad. You are this mad.
ban Morphman.
we went too deep. Go back. Go back.
God damn it. She
Yeah,
isn't
come
even
on,
that
come
dumb.
on, that
God
dumb.
fucking damn it. You want a dumb
It's
character,
actually
you want a dumb character, wait for the Tsirno episode.
no, there is
Utsuho
a
just
term
little
for that.
forgetful.
No, there is a term for this shit called flandralization of a character.
Oh,
When it's on TV tropes, if anyone is interested and has like 10 hours of free time to read through TV tropes. Yeah, but like the idea is that when you make a character and it has some aspects, but for some reason fans attach to a single one, and then you pander to them and you get a fucking one-dimensional characters that like holy shit.
Just zero.
Zero
Yeah,
stock.
God damn it.
Anyway.
Yeah,
The point is, I think that kind of went with Oku, like same thing happened, because when I play it through like subterranean animism storyline, I'm not going to remember her like pre-battle dialogue, but she wasn't fucking dumb. Hello.
Yeah, but basically, I think this just kind of stems from one of the endings. You can watch them on YouTube. Like, I'm not mad enough to fucking once you see any Tuhu game, but that's beyond the point. The thing is, like, at a point she gets told about something, I do not remember, ironically, and she gets called out by, I think, Suika on being a bird brain. So, obviously, every artist just fucking blew that the fuck out of proportion and just made her, and basically made her dumb in doujins, and that's how it kind of goes. Since
and then it translated into fucking Soku because it's Soku is a doujin game.
Wait. I'm pretty sure in Utsuho dialogues in Soku, not the storyline ones, but the
post-battle ones.
Yeah, are more smart and talk about nuclear energy and whatever.
But basically,
she suggests Yomu to fucking like she suggests to use nuclear power to forge weapons. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, her post-battle dialogues implied that she's kind of obsessed with, big power, and that she doesn't read newspapers. There is a quote like that.
Deep lore.
But yeah, basically, like people like to portray her either as borderline retarded or on the complete opposite end of the spectrum as a vessel of the god of destruction or some sort. It's there's hardly a middle ground.
I mean, I'm pretty fond actually of her personality, the way it's reflected in Soku, because the way she is portrayed in Soku is she's so absolutely convinced of her power.
Yeah.
It's even portrayed in like her sprites. When she gets knocked down, she's like smiling goofily, like, oh fuck, I fucked up, but that's not gonna happen again. When she blocks, she's just looking at the opponent's face like, yeah, I've got a visor right in front of me, what are you gonna do about it? It's absolutely insane.
Yeah. I mean, like, when she does 6A, the whole screen shakes, which is the best.
Yeah, that is the best fucking thing. I love her screen shakes.
Like, that's absolutely amazing. I don't know. Yeah, she's like so sure, like I am the god. What are you going to do about that?
Yeah.
So I guess in the end, Utsuho is actually well portrayed in the game.
Yeah, well, I read somewhere like there was an analysis or something that basically her fighting style in general is throw big explosions and don't care if it hits. And I would say that this kind of applies well to Soku, doesn't it? You just put out a big hitbox. It might hit, it might not.
Yes.
Pretty much the way Soku does the games, doesn't it?
The fucking birds.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Dude, the birds are on topic. It's fine.
Yeah.
They set the
birds
mood.
aren't even too bad. Just going to say that. Anyway, yeah, like.
Yeah, we should probably move on.
Good. Oku is the best.
That was pretty good.
Yes, that's the conclusion. Podcast is over. Goodbye, folks. Thank you
Join the hashtag join Oku army.
So where are we in the flow?
Utsuho
lore is
meta,
done.
I believe.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so about Utsuhos, I know there's a lot of Utsuho players around currently. How did it look in the past? Was she hated? Was she used even more than before?
I'm going to say that when around the time I joined IRC, I think there weren't that many players to begin with, and I think in Europe there was like me and Stefano pretty much.
There was one more Swedish. There were two Swedish players. Sorry, there was Emperor and one more guy whose name I cannot remember for the life of me. But he didn't really play that much.
I mean, like, I'm going to say that when I started in Russian community, that was like 7 years ago or so, like, God, I'm old. Before I came to RC, I mean, people shitted on Oku constantly. Like, holy hell was that character hated. Like, if you play Oku, you're a scrub, and you play overpowered character, by the way. Never forget.
Yeah, she
that's I got told numerous times that I am playing an easy and broken character and stuff. Yeah, that was the good times.
I mean, I think it's
And
still
I
applies.
got insulted for losing with Oku when I started. Yes, yes. Like, I mean, in the early days of the community, especially in the smaller communities that don't have like great players, Utsuho is. I mean, when I was playing Soku casually before I started to do not play, I was convinced that she is the boss character is actually overpowered. Which is the reason why when I tried to when I got fucking demolished by actual net play warriors, I picked Oku because she's broken. She's the boss character. I can't lose with her. Like, yeah.
So Machii, how was it in the South American community? How much does Utsuho play it? I mean, I hear a lot of stories in Europe about those SA monkeys smashing 4A as Utsuho in 60 lane. So how true is that?
I mean, I can't really say for SA as a whole, because I mean, the only outstanding Oku from SA that I know that is not from like Brazil is Aguilandro, pretty much. Watched a lot of replays from him back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't really tell how he plays, because it's been a long time since I've seen one of his replays. But like, as far as I know, in Brazil, there was one Oku that kind of stood above all others, which was Faquinha.
Oh, I remember.
Yeah, and he was exceptionally aggressive, especially for the time, and because it was like 3 or 4 years ago, people didn't know how to deal with Oku yet, like so well, so they actually over-respected the pressure. So he actually did splendid, and people had a lot of trouble fighting Oku, and now it's just another story. There's plenty of Oku players in BR right now, and I'm one of them. So
there's plenty everywhere from what I see. She seems like she's probably the most used character right now.
Shout out Style.
Yeah.
Well, it feels like to
she's
me.
cool. Like, I am like, for people who play the BlazBlue, they're like, people gravitate towards the cool characters. And cool in Soku is either swords, which is the reason people pick Yomu, or to the lesser extent Sakuya.
Wait.
Which are the two more main Sakuya throws swords. I mean,
People
they
just play Sakuya because the JoJo references. Let's face it.
No. At the time when Soku started, Sakuya was still one of the most popular characters in the game, and JoJo, like, there was no JoJo anime, so it wasn't mainstream. So like, people just, and when I asked some guy who, like, when I showed Soku to like one guy who hasn't even, like, didn't watch anime at all, he just, like, he said that he is going to play Yomo. That's because she has a sword. And then if I told him, what if you aren't going to play Yomo? And he said, I'll play Sakuya. Yeah, it's like, people like swords.
I would like to say that these days it kind of changed because Yomu is kind of deadish as character. People play more like everything else, usually.
I don't agree. I don't
No?
agree.
Really?
I mean, new people still like to pick Yomo. I feel like, because, like, out of real, like, there is, for some reason, newish players, they like, I mean, except in, I guess in Russia, there is a lot of Bong too, for some reason, I don't know. Like, people like to play Bong. Don't
Maybe
ask
they
why.
like to graze it.
But people play a lot of Yomo, yeah. I feel like so a good part of new players, like way more than 5%, which is the average out of all characters, so is going to pick Yomo.
Yeah, what Irish says is pretty true. Sakuya and Yomu are really simple to play. Yeah.
And you still have to keep in mind that they also have the, their popularity from the franchise as a whole behind them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, both Sakuya and Yomu are very popular.
Yeah, completely true. So were you saying about Utsuho?
A lot of things, yeah. Oh,
God dang
Who
it.
cares?
we're awkward again.
Is this Oku podcast?
My bad.
But yeah, so I would say we do have some new Oku players. Like there's Seiki. There's also Coco, but I don't know if he's considered new anymore.
No, he's
Well,
not.
he
new.
started at the same time as me, so.
Oh,
Oh,
you're not very new unless we're just judging by dinosaur IRC standards, but that doesn't really apply anymore.
From time to time, some people whom I haven't heard about, like at all before, come to the Oku server, and then they ask something. Like at the beginning of August, someone called Mr. Ownage came. I don't know. I don't know. Like when they ask something, I tell them whatever they want.
You just tell them to mash for A.
No, I tell them actual advice.
So mash for A.
No.
So match 3A.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Christ.
And it's not that simple, but like because newer players they struggle with controls, and it doesn't matter if you tell them to mash 4A or mash 3A or mash whatever. It's not the issue. I mean, you can hold back and press A repeatedly and get some results
Yeah.
because you're play Oku.
But yeah, if we're going with the the community meta, I would say there are in general 3 overall play styles. One is the more aggressive one, then there's the more defensive one, as showcased by Alpha pretty often. Then there's being retarded, aka Bolai. Chat, you want us to talk about Bolai? You have it.
Whoa, lad.
Oh, real shit?
Oh, hold on. What's
the realist.
defensive Utsuho like? Does it use like that green spin around alt skill?
I mean, everyone uses green spin around because it's overall amazing skill and provides absolutely retarded Okizeme. Like you go, okay, so you get knocked down in corner. Okay, Oko setups 2 orbs. If you're not retarded like me, you'll also push opponent back into the same corner with those 2 orbs. Then you wrong block. Then you block fucking 5C. Then you eat Mega Flare into Crash, into combo. Yeah, like that's flowchart. And it repeats over and over and over and over and over. And then you're dead. And you're wondering why teal orbs are allowed.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that teal orbs really lend themselves to any particular playstyle. They are just good overall. They are a great Okizeme tool. They are great for pissing off people. They are great for stupid combos. There is no reason to not run teal orbs.
Allow me to just run, go grab that Twitch clip with you and Seagets. See if I can find it.
I should be able to find it.
Like, while we are on topic of teal orbs, I'm just going to say that basically what teal orbs do, they put the burden of outplay on the opponent. Like, Oku doesn't need to think after setuping the teal orbs. He just presses 6D into your face and you have to outplay her. Like, opponent has to think, opponent has to make something happen, or else he's pushed into the corner and is blocking there, and nobody likes blocking Oku in the corner. That's just like, she has her tools there. Like, they're not consistent tools. Like, her pressure is not consistent.
She's not a very consistent character in general.
Yeah, overall. Like, but you don't want to be in corner versus her, and so you have to do something. And like better players, like for example Blaze. Yeah, Blaze is a good example of better player. They can do shit against teal orbs. But if you're like low or mid-level player, then you get fucked in the ass by teal orbs, and like you are left wondering what am I even supposed to do. I'm not
Give
sure.
me some tip then, because I'm absolutely lost when I'm getting pressured by Utsuho. Like, what's a good escape point? What's a good counter? Like, how can I avoid getting completely obliterated by her?
Okay, look, basic idea of Oku's pressure string. She is doing the her basic pressure loop is 5AA, which is 2 high hits. Then usually they're like after 5AA, which happens always because it moves Oku forward. there are several options. She may go into the command melee, which is most likely 6A, because it's not terrible on block, unlike 3A. Into like some bullets, because people rarely do 6A into, not rarely, but it happens less than you would think. Or they can still reset into like 2A or another 5A, or like wall cap or bullets, whatever. Like 5AA is the core of Oku pressure. If you want to escape, like if you don't know what to do, try to border escaping 5AA upwards, because to catch that, Oku will need to cancel into 3A, which is her cape smash. And if you force Oku to, yeah, and it catches you, it sucks, but it's kind of fine, because she only gets like 2.4k above that. That's not a lot. Yeah. Oku general 2.4k, not a lot. Anyway, the point here is that if you block, like when you force Oku to start doing 3A after her, like in her pressure, her like it stops. Like she just can't really pressure after the 3A. It will basically go like, usually it will be something like 3A into, oh shit, he blocked, like 5C and into high jump cancel 7. But if you're already grazing and doing high jump 9 J5A as a punish, then you're going to hit her, and then she will try some usually flare up shenanigans and backdash, like I mean, like her pressure ends. You just don't need to not get extremely bad. I mean, not bad, like.
So I have to force her to use 3A somehow.
Yeah, like you want to force Oku into guesswork where she's forced to 3A, and then after 3A you're free to try and escape. This is a good point. Another thing you can use, like Irish is suggesting, how to beat any Oku player in existence. Just put 4 Hangekis into your deck.
Yes.
There is not even a single normal Oku can, like there is nothing Oku can do. If Oku blocked your Hangeki, you either did it into like J5A, or you're slow. And have now, like if you can't hit Oku with Hangeki, you have nobody to blame but yourself. That's why you shouldn't put Hangeki into your deck, because blaming yourself sucks. You should blame weather, deck RNG, opponent being retarded, and other
lag.
stuff.
Don't forget about lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, like every normal that Oku has is pretty much counterable by Hangeki. Though the only thing that you have to take in mind is that on reaction she can just 3A and trade with the Hangeki, kind of like most characters have a meme to counter Hangeki with that. Like
That's still good to get out of pressure because her wake-up timing is the longest in the game, right?
Yeah.
No, wait, her neutral wake-up timing is 21 frames, which is second fastest after Yuyuko, I think.
For fuck's sake.
Which is actually the reason why, like, when you, the #1 tip, when you're playing versus Oko, it's not even taking Kangeki, it's commit to your Okizeme. You, like, it takes a lot of effort and knowing actual setups, which are Oku specific, to like Oki with most characters to Oki both her no tech and like ground tech. So like you think that will she take or will want she, like, and commit to that one option, because people, like a lot, like way too many players try to, like, they don't commit and they either fuck up both Okizemas and eat 4A or 3A from wake up from Utsuho, or just like they try to salvage failed Okizeme and it's the same stuff. Like, commit to your reads. Don't try to overextend your, or like Okizeme with bullets. Yeah, like Blaze does. But that's bullet Okizeme, it's not very consistent, and if your opponent knows how to high jump from wake up and actually knows you're going for bullet Okizeme, then yeah, it's not really. But it's the safest one versus Oku. Due to her movement, she will, like, Oku players generally block when bullet Okizemas, because her movement is awkward and she can't just graze forward. Like, she can't block graze, or whatever, how do it called? Like, dash block. Like, every character can hold forward dash and then press 4 repeatedly to like have some sort of option select for bullets and melee, kinda. It's not a real option select, but like, yeah, you can react. But Oko can't, and she doesn't have really good iron normals that go down to do much of high jump 8. Like, if you high jump from wake up, it's not an amazing option for her, because what are you going to do? Downward laser? Downward laser is good, but it doesn't deal any damage on hit. And it's not safe. Like, if your opponent just grades assist up, you're fucked. Kinda. So it's generally not a good position for Oku to graze bullets, which is basically true for neutral too, by the way. But in neutral, she is usually trying to stay on the spacing where she can either set up her own bullets or like to clear yours and just hug 6B, which is very annoying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, well, basically, yeah. What I'm trying here to say is that try to like, if you haven't tried to like use bullets to Waki Utsuho, and don't undercommit. Like, it's easier if you just try to check to Oki one option of Oku's wake up. Like, that will help you a lot to not get mashed out.
Getting mashed out isn't the problem. The problem is more like that that any single mistake is leading into a 3k combo.
No, it's not. Okay, so another thing to take note is that Oku's anti-air damage outside of corner, like, is not big. Like, it's okay, but it's not amazing. Like, Tenshi does more overall. Like, generally.
I would say that Oku's raw damage output is the biggest, but it's not as consistent as, let's say, Tenko or Yuyuko. Because like she has a pretty hard time getting those hits in, contrary to what people think about, the 4A memes.
4A memes are the best. I mean, what I hate the most about 4A memes is that, like, on counter hit, 4A is I hate 4A. It's like, it's stupid. Because
Wanna trade for Ace? I gladly agree.
No, I mean, it's like let me try to explain this. Okay, so you are seeing opponent approach, and you are using your superior footsie skill as a superior human being, as a player, of course. So for A him out of his 6-6A, whatever, doesn't matter, and you score a counter hit versus grounded opponent. Now, thanks for the blessed Tasafra, for A on counter hit has a real stun, which makes your opponent spin. Like, whatever, doesn't matter. Anyway, he spins away from you. So what are your options right now? Because from far 4A, like when you hit with the edge of the red boxes of 4A, on counter hit, your 6A, which is ground stomp or cape smash, it won't connect. So you're either forced to 6C into bad damage, or forced to do some like hard reads into like 4A counter hit C Gazer, and nobody does that.
Point out that you say it's bad damage even though it will easily exceed 2k.
Wait, what do you mean? 4A counter hit and 4A to laser is less than 2k, it's shit. And you have to understand that Oku players, as they think different.
We have
like what? Why do you think like you have the 2k is not a damage? It's not significant.
Basically, Oku players kind of reflect the character in thinking that big damage is all that matters.
I mean, why would who cares about how much damage you deal until it exceeds 10k?
I mean, Sakuya players would probably cream themselves over dealing over 2k damage per combo.
I mean, they do, kinda around 2k.
Well, 2k is their best combo. You just said 2k is probably one of the worst combos
they have,
you can make as a throw.
They can practical. They have practical 2.7k. What the fuck? It's character specific and stuff, but
But yeah, since Tessero just asked, let's move on to matchups. Like, what are Utsuho's most troublesome matchups? I know, for example, Iko is one of the worst ones.
It is absolutely the worst matchup for Soku.
I actually think that Tenshi is worse.
Nah, I think Iko's worse because she can't do anything at all. I mean, not that she can't do anything, but she finds it incredibly troublesome to even move around when Iko is near. And Iko has the range.
The thing is that. How do I say about Iko? Okay, look, if you don't border escape J to A, you can't do anything. Like, at all. There is nothing you can do if you don't border escape J to A, which is the only place where you can even try to do anything. And Iko has options to cover that. And then you're fucked. You're not winning neutral. Fucking perfect flight, shit!
I kind of think, why can't Utsuho 3A beat Iko's J2A out?
Oh.
That's what I'm
There's
wondering.
certain angles that happen very, very early.
Okay, like if Iko knows the matchup, see when Oku is doing her 3A, during startup her horizontal box extends. Like while she's crouching with her wing, like move it forward, there is actual green box here. And Iko players that are good at the matchup, they are going to aim at that fucking place, and if you try to 3A, you get countered without being even able to beat it. And anyway, like most people, I mean not most, but some people don't know that Oku's 3A hitbox, it isn't full size on first frame. It has like, I think 3 or 4 frames of relatively small box, and then it increases to actual full size and becomes actually large. First thing first, Iko with proper spacing, her J2A actually beats the big part of 3A. Like, you can space yourself properly and just fuck Oku up. And it beats. It's impossible to lose to the first part of 3A, and you have to consider that the actual like big boxes on 3A have like 15 or 16 frames of startup. I don't remember right now. It's like around that. It's not 13. So
feels like way less, to be honest.
Yeah, so like to have even like a remote possibility of beating Iko, you have to like aim with that second part, and it's not fast. It's not fast enough, and your absolute inability to move on the like anywhere. You either get into the air where you can deal with J44, J6A cancels, because due to your startup, if you like tried not border escaping anything like before that, you got fucked, unless you're blocking. And I don't know, Iko has block strings that lower opponent to the ground.
What would you say are the best ways for beating Iko as Utsuho? Like from my experience, I would
You
say
border.
that
I mean, okay,
6B
look.
really helps. From what
Look.
I know.
Yes, the 6B helps. It's great. The point is, versus Iko, you border escape J to A. It either works or it doesn't. If Iko is good and she can play like around that, you're fucked. If she can't do that, you will generally win. Just border escape every J to A.
So
Yeah,
thanks Tessero for making this game very balanced.
I mean, actually, after Iko adjusts, you can start like doing not border escaping it, because to cover that, like to actually have a good cover of that option, Iko kinda has to hard read. Like there, you will see from good Iko players strings like J2A into rejump instant air J6A, which aren't safe if you're just crouch block, but yeah, you will still need to react with that, and because of the specific spacings, and you will need to react, but there will be a chance. But anyway, the only real way to do anything is to border escape J2A, at least in my experience. Maybe Machii has some other tips to help aspiring Koku players.
It's because, in my view, Oko really only does well, like she only fulfills her role when she relies on the opponent's impatience. If the opponent is impatient, then she can actually do stuff. She can actually move around, she can actually punish, and that is where the biggest part of her game is. It's punishing mistakes. And so when a matchup like Iku comes up that forces Oku to block pretty much 100% of the time, it's extremely tough to even move around and think about what to do next in order to avoid, like the huge fucking hits that are J2A and J6A. But I think the one thing that makes me not instantly get fucked in the Iku matchup is that you need to constantly keep moving. You need to constantly reposition yourself in a way that doesn't put you in range and that you can actually rely on your 6B. Now, of course, it's not going to work all the time because Iku has perfect flight and she has good bullets to cover her up, and it's just tough to do it. But it's a crucial part of the Oku's game, because even though her movement is bad, it doesn't mean that she can't do anything. She has to rely on good positioning to get solid hits on their opponent. And if she can't even do that, then yeah, she's gonna have an absolute hard time against Iku. The thing about border escaping J2A is actually really useful, but it doesn't need to be the only option that Oku has. If you read the opponent's pressure well enough, you can actually find other opportunities to escape. But it's obviously not foolproof because the Iku can adapt to that. So either way, it's a really painful matchup, but it's definitely not impossible to win against it.
Alright, and moving on to another matchup that interests me, of course, the most. How is Suika supposed to deal with Utsuho? People say it's a
6B.
slightly good matchup for Suika, and I just can't see it. No matter what I try, I just feel completely lost, and my neutral completely invalidated by 5C, and all my melees have just less range.
Okay, look, for like general idea is your 6B clears Oku's 6B. Unlike Oku's 6B is her best neutral tool, period. Like, that shit wins some matchups by itself. And like, when Oku faces a character that has absolutely no issues just deleting it from the screen, like Suika can 6B it. And it's like fucking nucleus or whatever is going to get destroyed by actual explosion. It gets hard, like, after you force her, like when you force her away from protections of 6B, that's where like game starts. First, like, you can Oku can't really do much versus Suika's J6A. Like, it's a completely safe tool that yeah, like Oku can't deal with it unless like she can't like completely remain on the ground, because Suika's J2A is, while it's not on the level of Iku and it doesn't just clearly beat 3A, it's like it forces Oku to block in more situations than against like normal characters. Plus, yeah, so like you kind of want to force her into the air, because I feel like it's easier for most characters. Airborne Oku is easier to deal with, like, than grounded, because like she loses her 4A, she loses her 3A. Like, the only tools she actually has in air is J8A that only works when you are like significantly higher, and you don't want to do that with Suika, because you have, like, with Suika you don't have options, like you don't need to be high, like just fly around, spam J6A, spam 6B. Like, 6B is a good snipe versus Oku because all her bullets start up, like they have big startup, and it also invalidates the T-Orbs, by the way, which is another matchup specific thing, which makes T-Orbs a lot worse in neutral. Like, 6B just clears like at least one and usually both orbs. Yeah. Okay, so what else do I need to say about that matchup? I don't like, honestly, I feel like with Suika versus Oko, you just need to learn how to pressure her. Like, Oko has... Like, Suika's pressure on Oko definitely exists. It's just like, you must make her respect your stuff. Like, first...
But how do you make someone respect your stuff who has like a 1-frame attack?
It's not one frame. Like first, like where does she mash you out? Like in
Everywhere. Where doesn't she mash me out? That would be a better. That would be a better question.
I think I'll come back to life right about now. You can still, you know. I mean, if the opponent is really going to mash stuff, you can do like 5A, A, counter it into combo.
No, you don't want to do like a lot of dial A hits. I think that versus Oko the better idea would be trying to go for 2B pressure. Because
2B as Suika is kind of finish. Usually if you do 2B as Suika, the pressure kind of ends there. There isn't much going on.
It doesn't really versus Utsuho, because what is she going to, like, you do 2B, 2C. What is she going to do? Jump up? Dash forward? It's Soku, she can dash forward.
She can technically 4A, pretty sure. She can 4A.
You do it at correct spacing. Like...
okay.
It's Oku, like, if she can't 4A, you're like... 2B during startup, like 2B charged, because that's what you should be doing. And or if she doesn't want to, because mashing into Suika's like 5AA or like 3A is kinda not advised. I don't know. Like, I'm not going to mash there. Unless Suika does like something completely stupid without cancels, and I'm going to be looking at her and asking myself, what the hell is she doing?
I mean, when I play Suika, I have my kind of pressure. So 5A, A is usually one of my staples, because if you get a counter hit, you do really big damage. Plus, if you have some spell card to cover yourself, you can still do it. So,
and like, anyway, the point is, like, another thing about is Oku has a lot of... And versus Suika, it's just like, she actually can't do too much versus J6A. Like, you force border escape basically out of Oku just by doing J6A, J6B. Like, you do some ground string, ballad, J6A, J6B. Oku kinda... It's not good for her, like, I don't know. I just feel like what differs good, like, people that win that matchups as Suikas and people that don't, at least versus me and from my relatively not amazing experience, that like they somehow pressure me. I'm not sure how to explain that, but they have pressure. Like, they use stuff like 6B, J6B, J66, J5A, like that stuff.
A lot.
I mean, you have to respect a lot of Oku, because you can't do 6D4. Like, your movement is so awkward, it's like the real disrespect, let's call it that, move, like the only, like, to go forward is 6C, which is not the safest move in the universe, and while it kind of works and requires hard reading, and is, like, gets hard punishes from most of the cast. It's like, I feel like this is the... You shouldn't, like, fear Oku, like, don't do that. You don't want to respect her, like, you don't respect her and somehow make her respect you. I'm not sure how to explain that, but...
No, you can't make an Utsuho respect you. I have not seen that ever happen before.
Same.
Wait, I mean, like, I just go... I'm... from my experience, like, versus Suikas, I respected a lot of 6B, J6B, because I can't safely, like, dash forward or something. I can't high jump, because J6A catches all this shit.
I'm pretty sure you have to, if I do 6B and then J6B, you can just dash forward in 5A and it will hit.
I mean, you can always, like, J44, J5A, I think.
That's reads then, come on now. But okay, to not bore the audience anymore with some weird matchups, do you have any matchups that are, like, personally annoying for you? Like, even if people say Utsuho is good versus that, do you have troubles against?
I hate playing versus Suwako.
I think that's more of a human nature thing, not a social related stuff.
I personally really dislike fighting, as mentioned, Suwako and Mei Ling. She is a really fucking shitty matchup.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I hate fighting Alice. Fuck Alice. This character was made for angry whiners that want to complain about their life. And like, why? It's like the playing versus Alice as Oku is pure pain.
Shouldn't your 5C just clear all the dolls and then you go
It
in
doesn't
with your
matter,
A
you aren't
buttons
going
and
to
you
get
fuck her
close.
over?
Like, why would Alice ever losing a doll? Like, it doesn't even matter to her. She doesn't need dolls. She fucking. Okay, let me try to collect my thoughts. It's just like, okay, look, Oku can't do anything to fucking coin Far 5A. Like, you can't pressure Alice because Far 5A is complete bullshit to play against. It's like you either eat the fucking 6-6A to face or fucking Far 5A. And it's not even a joke. Like, you, as Alice, you don't be scared. You learn from Draconius. You, like, take your keyboard and, I don't know, Genbatte Draconius, yeah.
You just 6-6A.
It's like it's completely impossible to approach because most Oku's approaches are like they actually are ground based. Oku approaches with her 6-6A, and when 6-6A beats nothing of like enemy, you are starting to get sad because then you are forced into air, and like I said, Oku's air is not.
It's not very good.
Yeah, it's not very yes.
Yeah, it's very no.
Still feels good deleting Alice's dolls with 1-5C though. That is satisfying.
It feels good, but then like sooner or later you are going to guess wrong, and she will set up some stuff on the ground, and then you're fucked because you can't move at all, and like you can't accomplish anything after blocking her like J6A unless she's completely out of orbs.
On a slightly related note, I know that Adept makes Oku sound like the worst fucking character in the game. She really isn't. Like, basically,
No, I mean, Oku is the best. Oku is the best. You pick Oku.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. This is my unbiased opinion, of course, but basically, as it's not that you can't win matchups as Oku, but you often have to work really hard to win.
No, it's not even about working really hard. It's about feeling like your opponent is just retarded and you're winning because they're bad.
Yeah, that happens. Like, I used to have that like guilt trips that I won because my opponent fucked up, but like I remember one quote that you told me, Adept, like years ago in the Dinosaur IRC era, that Oku is not a paladin.
Press for A.
Just smash that 4A button, see what happens.
It's what I said though. Oku relies mostly on the opponent's impatience. If you can get the opponent to be like too guessy and just try to mash out, she's gonna have a big advantage over the opponent.
You know, Machii, what I actually want to clone myself and play versus my Oku with my alts, because playing versus Oku makes you fucking legit. Like, if you can beat the good Oku with your character, that means your flowcharts are good, your block strengths are, like, decent, you know your shit. Like, beating good Oku is a proof. Consistently beating you, by the way. Yeah, that's a good part. Like, because everyone can take 5% games against Oku players.
Yeah.
Like, Oku is a high risk, like, it's not a consistent character, so yeah, I am going to like play the like, I don't know, like 10th place of Dream Chasers, and I am going to lose like not less than 5% games, just because not only Oku is inconsistent, but I am playing her like a complete retard. Yeah, it's like as soon as I see something that I don't consider legit, I am going to press buttons, and sometimes it's still legit, and I never learn. So yeah, 4A.
I mean, 4A is your friend.
It
Yeah,
is.
4A is there for you.
4A
Raise the
is your
flags if need.
4A is your best friend, and 6B is your close second.
Yeah, and the problem with 6B is that as much as it is fucking fantastic, it's also your worst enemy because it consistently fucks up your combos.
I know exactly how that feels.
So 6B is actually a rival. It helps you get better, but it also hates you.
Pretty much.
Yeah, more or less.
I mean, if you have 6B set up, then the only thing you can rely on is like resetting pressure with charges. That's the only viable thing you can do if you have 6B right on the opponent's face.
I remember me getting some very extremely cool 6B combos that allowed me to like chain 5AA into like full dial after that somehow. I am still not sure how that happened, but the orb hit just right. Yeah, that's cool. Sometimes it's like the RNG blesses you and you get some good shit. But then you're kinda... Sometimes it just screws you. Like, the issues with B is you can't play neutral without it in like most matchups. I can't remember out of the top of my head the matchup where I would say that 6B is not really good. So you kinda have to use it. But at the same time...
At the same time, you sometimes get punished for using it, basically.
Yeah.
You mean like you do 5AA, 6A, 6C, and then orb hits and opponent drops out of lasers, I attacks into your face and kills you. And then people who know how 6B work, I hate those guys because they're going to just air tech into 6B like over and over and try to fucking smash the J whatever buttons they have, and you can't combo those hits. Like you need to be an actual expert to combo. Like you see the future, how this shit will hit, and like why is it so bad? Why couldn't it get good?
Now that you mentioned it, why couldn't it get good? How do you feel about Utsuho's placement in the tier lists that have existed throughout the years? I mean, we had Neos' old list, Neos' new list, and the backroom results right now, and Utsuho's always really low, like always bottom 5.
I feel like she's fair. It's fair. Like I'm
You
not
really
going to
think
say
she is the bottom 5, like that she's so bad compared to the rest of the cast?
Okay,
Should
look,
be down there.
Morph, look, Morphman. Here is the question which we are supposed to bring up like in the later episodes. But what tier list really means?
What is a tier?
Yeah, like
a miserable pile of skill level.
Like
a miserable pile of opinions.
Yeah, exactly. Like and what is like that random number like 6 to 4 in matchup chart? Who are those people who actually play each other and give us the matchup results?
Blaze Dragon.
Like no, Blaze Dragon played versus Moonlight, and now Oku is better than Raisin.
Hey man, that room isn't perfect. But yeah, I know, like Patchouli ended up in D tier. Like, I can't tell you how tumbling down my heart went when I saw that.
Like, I am just like, I don't think that Oku can ever win versus, like, on the, like, absolute, like, somewhere, like, in the skies level. The god tiers, like, the gods of Soku, two perfect beings, came together and played Oku versus Ikeko. I don't think that Oku can actually win. Because, I mean, I once experienced what is, like, let's call it the highest level of Soku play in Oku versus Sakuya matchup. In the days of Hisouten GP, when Soku Roll just came out, there were a lot of Japanese players, and I found some Japanese Sakuya that hosted, and I joined his host, and we played in 4 delay, 4 rollback, and 15 FPS. So like, and I got double perfected, and there was nothing I could do. Like what I was looking at my screen and wondering, was there even anything I could have done? I mean, that was only for one game. Then the guy told me that it's a bit laggy. Thanks for the games, yeah. But I was like, where am I supposed to actually like win or do anything at all, whatever? Because at 15 FPS, this guy was reacting to anything with those default 6 to 3, whatever it's called. And yeah, like I honestly don't think that on the chair or like sofa Soku, where everyone has like 5 frame reaction times, let's call it that, you can actually play Oko and achieve any results at all. Which begs like the question of what like are those matchup numbers or tier list placing even mean? Which is another big topic, and I don't think we should be talking about that in the Utsuho like.
Yeah, well, going back to the tier list before we, before we go any further into the digression, I do personally think that she's kind of placed too low. Like, she has every tool needed to be, let's say, mid-tier. I'm not mad enough, I'm not delusional enough to place her any higher. But like, it's really hard to use those tools properly, especially when you're often facing against, well, very bad odds. So, certain matchups like, I don't know, Iku, Tenshi, and so on and so on. But I really don't agree personally with her very low tier placement.
Wow, who would you say is better? Like, let's get to the whatever Hisouten tier list. Whatever, are you going to say she is better than Patchouli?
I would in fact say that, because Patchouli has to use way much more spirit to deal nearly as much damage as Utsuho.
Actually, let me check. I had my whatever I told the guy T0, yeah. Okay, where is my chat with T0 private, where I told him my opinion? Where did I play Soku? Okay, so the characters that I placed at lower than Oko were Patchouli, Suwaka, Kamachi, and Cirno, but Patchouli is for like, yeah. And I'd say that Sanae is equal to Oko. I don't know what was. Anyway, to be honest, I'm just going to say this is not Oko topic, but I feel like Patchouli is complete garbage and is. I mean, as a character, I like Patchouli's design and I like the autistic magician archetype.
Fight me IRL.
Yes.
And by autistic magician, I mean like, just like read books all day.
I'll take you on the street, boy. Right behind my car.
Yeah, so after the podcast, there will be a money match between Zero Fuse and the Dead people don't visit.
Yeah.
Anyways,
sure.
like I don't think that Oku actually has the potential, like, because her movement is so shit, and the higher you go, the like more and more important overall ability to move on the screen means. Like, out of all characters, Oku's triangle grazing is the worst in the game, because you're actually like, for the half of the time you're stuck in the air at the same spot because you have delay on your graze. Which is the reason why Okus don't generally triangle graze, and when I play something like, I don't know, I am just like high jump dash 2, high jump dash 2, and yeah, that's good.
I don't know. I kind of feel like Patchouli would be a little bit higher than Utsuho on the tier list, only because she does use her spirit. Like, she has many opportunity to use her spirit against Utsuho. I mean, that's just my
Then again, if you run out of spirit, you don't get as much out of it as low spirited, so...
Well, Patchouli does use a lot of spirit.
That's in here.
But I don't think Patchouli is going to run out of spirit. That's like a very rare case. Besides, she's got immense spirit regen. She'll be alright.
Yeah, Patchouli is going to be alright. But I still feel that Patchouli is fake, and like she's like Patchouli and Soku is like playing the game of will opponent graze enough.
Yeah, no, I actually do. I actually do agree with that, because she doesn't have much in terms of pressure. She has like quick crushes and very short block strings, and when it comes to patch pressure, like it comes down to whether or not the opponent is going to border escape or not. But this is Utsuho podcast.
Yeah. So Pachuli's Shizuzuko is the best tier 1 Rise Double Sun.
What the fuck?
No,
Zero
no,
views,
you
there's
did not
people you have to
say.
shank.
It's okay.
Consider yourself banned.
Double Sun power! I mean, someone has to be Bolly here. I mean, if you didn't invite Bolly, someone has to become Bolly.
No.
So
No.
Let's just not go there.
There must always be a Bolly.
since we have now discussed matchups and all that stuff about her and Soku, let's move on to her skills and spells. And before we go into that, I just hoped every viewer gives me their energy, because I've got to fight a fight. I've got to fight alone versus 3 people now and claim Visor and Tokamak are bullshit and bad cards that should have never been used by any human person. And the reasoning
What a
is,
nice opinion.
Okay,
the reasoning is they deal no spirit damage at all. How much does Visor deal? 1.5? Yeah, I think 1.5 on block.
0.875.
Yeah, and Tokamak deals, I think, about the same. And they cost
No.
2.
If you make the opponent block Tokamak fully, it does 2 bars.
Well, 2 bars. And to be
Seymour!
honest, you can
Seymour!
even then you can border escape it and just lose 1 orb, and that's about it.
I mean, when you're like, you see, the issue you have is you don't dash on the ground with Tokamak to pressure. Like you do, when you do Tokamak stuff, you do short ground dash into high jump, into short air dash, land, repeat.
Yeah.
This is how you push with Tokamak into corner.
Yeah, and this is so predictable. You can decide to fly away or just stay there and block that shit. Because,
And I can
just
and
blocking
at the
1 time's
arbitrary
pressure isn't
moment.
too bad.
Okay, Morph, and if you border escape Tokamak before it ends, I am fine with that.
Well,
Because then
you
I am
will
just going.
then
Then I am
free
just
A, of course.
Then I am just going to wait on the ground and repeat that shit. And I can melee at any moment. The risk of Tokamak is not an solution to everything, but yeah, it's. Wait, what do you mean I don't let him?
Come on, Machii, let us hear your hot opinions, because that's talking too much.
He's very passionate about Utsuho.
Visor are bullshit, and that you agree with me, and I'm fine with that.
Okay, so I mean, like I said, Oku's playstyle revolves mostly around the opponent's impatience. So when you have Visor and Tomato Keg,
Yes,
people
that's
call
how you
it,
pronounce it.
you just force momentum on your end. It's what those cards are made for.
Yeah.
I mean, some characters can counter that, but it's for most matchups, it's like the most bullshit thing ever, because they just can't do anything about it. Visor works as a pseudo reversal pretty much, because you can just fucking counter hit people off of it. Like if they trade something with you, they get hard knockdown because Visor is balanced. And Tomakak is just stupid. You're just grazing your big ball of fucking hurt, and nobody can do anything about it.
A big ball
Except
fuck you.
Iku, who outranges Tokamak.
Let's just call it. If the enemy activates Tokamak, and then I just ask myself, is the enemy trying to play Spring Haze with me right now or something? That's all it feels like. I mean, okay, I get in Typhoon, for example, it's not too bad, or if the enemy is low on Spirit, then yes, I can see its use. But then I've got to think, you use 2 cards for that. I'm pretty sure you can use them better. For example, 2
why?
Engekis would help you way more out than any Tokamak can ever help.
But
Can never do.
look, the issue here is Hangeki is a defensive card that doesn't really give you momentum, and Tokamak is basically like, for me, I mean, Machii is going to talk about punish characters, but for me, I play Oku as a momentum character. I am going to fucking mash for A, One.
But what kind of momentum do you
And-
gain? I mean, you probably saw the mirrors I had with Genki before, and when he activated the Tokamak, he got completely wrecked by me because I just kept using grazing moves.
Because he's dumb and doesn't know how to.
Yeah, no,
Dude,
that was
dude,
Genki's fault.
Don't use me as an example because it makes sense. I can even use Alf.
But I
Maybe
see it
even
even
more
in normal games. I mean, okay, either my enemy is going to block my grazing move, okay, in that case I take a little bit of damage, and to be honest,
Little
take,
fucking bit? You
I
call
take like
Oku...
1k. 1k,
Did
that's
you
nothing
just
for 2
call
cards.
Oku's damage little?
Are
Yes.
you implying that Oku's damage?
I mean, if I
Should
do
be
a grazing move, I just eat like 1k damage, and then I get an
Wait, what do you mean 1k damage? I am not going to punish you for like Graze attack or versus Tokamak with Tokamak. Unless I have like shit ton of hits remaining, because that will take 10 out of 20 that Tokamak has. I will fucking 5A you into 3k.
Also, I'm pretty sure a Hengeki bomb or even Koi could fuck you up entirely. All Alice's 4-5A, I think even that will work against it.
I think it will trade.
Also, I would like to add to the visor topic. It is very, like, really useful in pressure because, like, let's say you do melee, whatever into 5C, into visor, it leaves the opponent in stun, right? So they are basically left with two choices. They either block, keep blocking and risk getting crushed, or they try to escape and get 3-8 or whatever. So this kind of forces them into a really bad situation, which may or may not just have only bad outcomes for them.
And
That's
that's
just
its
a frame
only
trap,
use.
isn't
Look, Morph, see, here is the reason why, like, Aya has her one card Veils, and you're asking to, like, telling us that it's a better card because it's better on pressure. And yes, it's better on pressure, but you are playing two cards for, like,
Extending
being
pressure.
No, Taya's one card is just bullshit, fuck you. It's like the best pressure card in the game, and like, fuck that card. Anyway, the point here is that Visor, unlike the Veil, it's a multi-purpose tool. It like, for just two cards, you can randomly mash it out of opponent pressure, and you generally have the momentum. Like, they have to respect you being able for, like, to mash the shit out. And
You
they
call
can...
it just 2 cards, but I don't see how to. That is not worth 2 cards in my opinion. I
It is.
think I have a reversal that eats 3,000 damage if it hits for 2 cards.
Morph, okay, look,
Or
here
you
is
have
the
got-
thing.
You've
Here
also
is the-
got a card that can crush people on wake up or deal 2,000 damage as well.
Okay,
But
look,
that Visor doesn't do that.
Visor does all those things in one card. Like, when you... That's why you don't pack for Visors. Like, that's why you have fucking Mega Flares in your deck and rings and stuff. Like, you pick multiple cards, but Visor is like that multi-purpose fodder that you... Like, when you have it in your hand, you know that you will be able to use it. Like, it's just a great card overall. Like, it might not be the best options to, like, forever, like, for every situation, let's call, like let's be real, there are better cards, yes, but Visor can be used in many, like, situations, like, and it's also one of those only cards that are good to cancel Rocket Dive into, and Rocket Dive is garbage.
Okay, about canceling timings, I must admit I have no idea about, so I don't know its potential in that regard.
And, like, you underestimate how much damage you can get out of Visor. Like, Visor hits lead to 2k. Like, it's
If the
solid for
opponent
2
fucks
cards.
up.
Yeah,
What fucked up are you?
get
You get hit, and if it's mid-screen, Oku does C Gazer into J8A, and that's 2k.
Yeah,
And
you get
in
a
corner,
combo.
in corner, anything into, like, you jump J5A, J6A, whatever, it's over 2k. And, like, it's not amazing, but it's solid damage, and it's overall safe card. And, like I said, it's the same things that with, like, Teal Orbs. It puts the bar, like, even if you fuck up and the opponent has to, like, can high jump out or something, I don't know, it doesn't fucking matter. He didn't, like, you put for some time, like few seconds, you force opponent to be scared, like, you put the burden of outplay on him, which is good, because when people try to play around stuff, they make mistakes, and Oku is good at making those mistakes hurt. Like you.
Yeah.
It's and about the Tokamak is just.
I mean, I agree that the Visor is better than the Tokamak, but the Tokamak on its own feels very...
Tokamak is a
is
3-spell card, right?
Tokamak is like kinda Ocus Veils. The nuclear veils, let's call it that.
Poverty
Anyways,
veils.
the point is, Tokamak is for 2 cards, you push opponent to corner, and you deal like 1 or plus spirit damage to him. And considering how explosive Ocus Pressure is, like, you can get a lot of spirit damage out of random hits completely. It is worth it in many cases. Like, you need to play more. Like, I don't know, maybe you are just good at playing around him, but like as a Utsuho player, I am going to say that just making opponent remain in corner, like somehow getting opponent in the corner and starting pressure is worth a lot, like a lot. And it's completely worth 2 cards for that Tokamak like gives you.
Yeah, I agree. It's completely worth to just make the opponent get into your zone. But the thing about Tokamak is that it in itself is also a mind game. Because, for example, if you get a hard knockdown and you set up Tomato Keg as Oki, the opponent either has 1 or 2 choices. That is a helicopter going by. I'm sorry about that, but I can't do anything about it. They either high jump out because they expect you to just dash into them, or they block until they get pushed into the corner. So you can either dash into them or just bait them into like a counter hit anti-air melee, which will probably lead to a 3k plus combo. So it's a pretty good option for momentum-based plays, regardless of how you think about playing it.
I also had several situations where I just did Tokamak into instant 3A and still got a hit out of it, because people see Tokamak and jump the fuck out. It's funny.
And it's like you have to understand that when people jump on Wake Up versus Tokamak and I don't care. It lasts like 15 seconds or what? Are you going to? You're not Suaka. You're going to get down and I'm going to fuck you up with my with my stuff. It's like you are not getting anywhere. I have all the time in the world unless you're Iku, then fuck you.
So these are just kind of cards you use because you have them, because they're low cost and it reverses the momentum with the
like,
upside of like getting a crush or maybe a little bit of damage.
It's like you need to understand that Soku is the game where like the reason why I run Giga Flare for a lot of time, and like when I run it, it's not always used. The thing is that you don't want to be on full meter. Like you want to use your meter because each card is like a significant power. And if you are somehow like high cost cards, like all high cost cards, they need to do shit ton more than low cost cards because of how much you're going to be stuck with full hand. Like your 4 cost cards better be absolutely amazing, or it's actually not worth it.
Yeah.
Honestly, now that you mentioned it, Utsuho's high cost spell cards aren't bad, but they aren't
good.
that amazing considering you can deal the same amount of damage with a normal combo.
I mean, like the high cost Oku cards that are worth mentioning are Giga Flare, because Giga Flare is like there are some weird confirms. Yeah.
I wouldn't say 3A is a weird confirm considering that happens all the fucking time.
I mean, you shouldn't hit by 3A. Like, if you got hit by 3A, that's your fucking get good. Anyway, then there is
Yeah.
then there is Subterranean Sand, and like I lost this card, but mainly because Bola is retarded.
I wish we had Bola here to talk about Subterranean Sun.
I mean, double sun power! Anyway.
Fuck you. I'm banning you from the server, don't mention that.
Nice
I am going to fit perfectly on Bolay's double sun perv server. You can't stop me. Anyway, the point
He
here
will make
is
you admin.
the point here is like Subterranean Sun. It's actually like unless you get hit by it, it's shit. Because Oku doesn't like Oku can't actually sustain pressure when she is point blank to opponent, whatever you might think. Then there is like 4-card Super Rocket Dive, which has exactly one good combo.
Yes, one good corner combo that sometimes bug out.
It's like it's 5A8 to see high jump cancel into that card. Because then you don't get spell card cancel prorate, and it is actually worst. Like I mean, not worst. It's actually does like that's required bonus 1.2k or like 1.5k, whatever. Doesn't matter. I mean, outside of that combo, outside of that combo, this card has no good confirms. And it's
uncontrollable dive?
Yeah. Wait, you can also confirm it sometimes off 2C, but I mean, sometimes the shit bugs out. Why would you play the card that has like 10% chance to lose your game?
Yeah, no, the glitch in uncontrollable dive, I don't know why it's a thing, and it pisses me off so much that I used to love the spell card, and then when I found out that it bugs about 99% of the time, I just dropped it completely, and I hate this fucking thing. Even on Typhoon sometimes it just glitches out. It's so stupid.
Regarding
what can you do if it glitches out? I know it can just completely stop at some time, but how does it happen?
If I may chip in, I asked Fear about this. Why does it bug out? Since Fear is pretty, he knows the Soku data pretty well, working on Soku 2 and all. And to quote what he said, that one is a very mysterious fuckery. Basically, something with the hit flag got fucked up. It's hard to replicate, but it happens more often in corner. That's what he told me. So basically, it's mysterious fuckery, and don't run this card.
I guess it's the kind of same shit that I like recently got told about amazing rocket dive cross subs, which is you go into the corner, like just open practice. Okay. Then you fly up to the open, like set dummy to block. Then you and get your rocket dive to level 1. Then you use J2A charge it on him, like when you're like a fluid, like right above, like near corner. Wait to the second hit and instantly cancel into rocket dive. And you will see that the rocket dive will cross up. Because some shit is going on with hit flags apparently. And
thank you, Dosafro.
Because this game is so fucking good.
The game is
thought about things.
Anyway, what we are talking? Wait, we are talking about good spell cards. Okay, so Subterranean Sun is fine-ish. This shit is bad. Like there is Yatagarasu Dive. Yatagarasu Dive is actually best reversal in the game, but reversals in the game are shit, so it's bad.
That's all shit. I call it free 4K.
Yo, tell me about that ring though.
About what? Okay.
Fixed star.
Fixed star.
Hold on. Coco throws this out at me at very random locations. And
he just throws it out randomly. He doesn't confirm. He just throws it.
Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. I don't.
Okay, look. The point with fixed star, it's type 2 bullet, so it drains spirit on graze. So if you're it's fast but low cost Giga Flare kinda. If you're at less than 1 orb, you're fucked. That's basically it. And overall, card is great. It is another multi-purpose tool. It's why I didn't run Mega Flare before, because I wasn't right. I'll be honest here. But you can. It's so good. It does everything. It has best combos. It leads to a lot of damage from many hits. It's okay for pressure. It snipes people that overspam their bullets insanely well. It allows you to combo off 6-6B, which is startup graces, by the way. Counter hit. Yeah, counter hit from literally anywhere into over 3k. That's wow.
What's important?
Really is a great spell.
What a spell. Okay.
What's important about Fixed Star is that it lets you get a limiting combo of 3A mid-screen. Because, like, without meter, you just can't. That's like the only thing you can't limit of. And some random aerial hits, but this character doesn't have aerial.
And for A, anti-air, and a lot of other things. You don't limit versus airborne targets mid-screen as Oko.
Yes, more or less.
That's how Soku, unless you run Rocket Dive, and even then it's only if air-to-air, and air-to-air in Soku is inconsistent unless you have like fast-hitting bullets, like unless you can like do J5A, J5B, you can't limit of most J5As. And that's general Soku rule.
Yeah, and since we're at 3 cards, I figured it's worth mentioning Mega Flare, since it's not really that popular, but I genuinely think it's a great card for pressure, but well, only pressure.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's either only good for pressure or only good for comboing if you don't have like Rocket Dive to end your combos properly. Because you can still confirm into like 4.2k easily if you don't have any preset skills, and you just use like 5AA, 2C, and then Mega Flare, and then you just end it with another normal. It does huge amounts of damage, but it's best used in pressure, absolutely.
Yeah, it's tight from 5C, and why this card is so good is not only that it does a decent spirit damage, and I don't remember the spirit damage.
I think it's around 1 over 1.5, like
like 175. But the main point of this card is that while it's active, you still have like a second and something to close up and continue pressuring.
Yeah,
that's the main selling point here.
Yeah, it's like it's so plus. It's like remember Ice Tornado? That's like Oku's version, and it's better because it has explosions
and sirens.
Yeah,
and sirens, of course.
Oku makes everything better.
Explosions fix everything.
Yes. And overall, like, and other Oku spell cards like 1 card shit, 3 cards shit, creeping shit. Like, why does high tension blades exist? Who even thought that card is...
Style points. Don't forget the style points.
It's not style points because it fucking whiffs on half of your confirms.
Well, that's why it's more stylish to actually land it, because it's harder.
And also, it has the best lore, because Oku uses her high-tension blade as a flashlight.
Yeah, I mean, flashlights are useful.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. This spell card, it's totally useless, but I actually really like it.
I mean, I like the idea, but I wanted to do some bullshit like bounce opponent to you back or something like, I don't know.
I've experienced something weird
combos with it are super situational, but I think it's best used in like after charge, because it can catch opponents off guard if they want to be out or just high jump out because you charged. It's really good at catching opponents off guard like that.
I don't know if this has happened to you before, but like I've traded with that spell card before with like Patchy 5C or something, and what happened is the Oku got knocked down, but the animation and spell still went off, so I took the damage. It was weird. Like Oku was on the ground, I was getting shit on.
Okay, I got
Can it be used as a straight reversal though?
During Meme Chasers, I got some random bug when I got hit during it. The animation went fucking into the ground, like it was 1 character height lower than it should be. Like, I don't know, something is wrong.
Can it be used as some sort of reversal that trades with the enemy?
No, it's not a reversal. It has no invulnerability frames.
But even if the enemy gets hit as well,
Which brings me to
trade with it?
So what again? I don't know. It's like it's weird because I don't like it. Sometimes trade, but I don't think it continues hitting unless something weird happens. It should.
I mean, if you can trade with this, I think it can have a really great use. To be honest.
I mean, it's slower than Visor and less useful over.
Yeah, probably doesn't grace, but
I mean, also Oku has the best for card reversal in 10 Evil Sun stars or whatever.
Well, 10 suns, deals 4k if it hits.
Also, it drains Spirit on Grace. Yo!
Oh, yeah. Deals 2. I think it deals 2 orbs on Grace or block, so that's still acceptable.
What a good card. And speaking of good cards, Zero just reminded me of Abyss Nova, the best five card Roman cancel in the game.
Yo, you can spend 5 cards.
Dude, I have seen the sickest combo in a Korean tourney. I think Adept was watching it with me. The Korean Oku did in corner 3A on a jumping opponent. It of course landed. He did the Abyss Nova into another 3A 2C. He got like, I don't know, 2k damage of that.
I mean, do you get spell cancel per rate for getting that, so you actually low damage?
That's a pro.
I mean,
But you activated it, dude. That's the most important part.
Yeah, I mean, Abyss Nova is cool, and it's like, it pains me to say, but it's worse than Tench's 5-card Quakes.
It's a shame.
It's a shame, but it looks cool.
Yes, it
Yeah, I
looks
still
cool, so
like
get
it.
style points. Yeah. But yeah, I think it's about time we jump into skills before we wrap this up. So,
Yeah.
what skills do you guys like using other than foray?
Melting
of
pummel
course.
kick, of course, is the best skill you can ever have in the game.
Man, and again, Melting Pummel Kick has the same problem as Abyss Nova. It's cool as fuck, but it's also useless as fuck.
Yeah, it forces opponent to bow down before the goddess of the sun. Hello? It has usage just for that. Make them bow to your queen. Whatever. I mean,
It makes it makes them respect your pressure. However, you will end the pressure. It's
it would be cool if you actually couldn't be punished for it.
It's like it changes the whole flow chart of the match if you have Melting Pummel Kick equipped in your deck. Because it just forces your opponent to block in a completely different way.
Oh yeah, another good property about Melting Pummel Kick is that unlike all other skills that gain 10% damage increase per level, Melting Pummel Kick gains 25% damage, which is the reason why its level 1 damage is complete fucking garbage. Level 4, like Melting Pummel Kick, is actually 3k. And if it had comparable damage, like if it had 2.5k on level 1, I would be more inclined to use it. But the level 1 grab is like 1.5, that's shit! Like, Aya does more!
Meanwhile, Aya's advanced optimized combos are like 3.2k. Then you get this skill.
And Oku skills are really simple. You have Gazer, you have whatever 6-3 you like, but don't pick Grab and Rocket Dive.
So which leaves you with 163.
Her basic stuff is, she has few good skills. It's Gazer, it's Flare Up, Rocket Dive is still good. I stopped liking it, but it's good. All shit talking aside, default 2-1-4 is okay, Retro Atomic Model is good,
aka T-Orbs.
and then you have Break Sun as default to 2 because Pillar is a noob trap. Whatever, nobody can, Pillar is cool as heck, but the issue with that is you lose aerial and first you lose default to 2. The reason, and it covers directly above you, which is extremely important for Oku, because directly above Oku is the point where she is the weakest. Like, how to beat Oku? Fall from here, fall from above. And J5A.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
And you lose limiting combos of J5A, J6A, which hurts way too much.
Yeah, absolutely. The near corner aerial combos with that limit are really good.
Okay, somebody is linking my guide. It's not really updated. It was updated for a few years, and it might say that T-Orbs are shit. But if only, it doesn't even say that they are shit, by the way. It says that they are matchup specific, and overall you shouldn't be using it, but you might as well use them overall because they're great.
Yeah, Adept, you need to update that page because You dare call my tech questionable there? What the fuck is wrong with you? My tech is the greatest.
Yeah, that, and of course. 5C wrong direction, 6.
It works.
Yeah, it works, and you should
works.
combo it into Giga Flare.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, like, if we talked about memes earlier, and okay, Machii, are there any Oku skills that have potential?
That have potential as a meme or just
as a meme? I mean, we talked about memes are being some unconventional stuff that might kinda sorta work. Is there anything Oku has that's not like, in my opinion, she either has like good stuff or complete garbage.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like, it's kinda hard to make memes. Like when I looked at meme chasers deck lists, and there were almost no decks for Oku, I tried to make some like not complete garbage decks, but it was hard. Like, I don't know what to put in a meme Oku deck. Is Oku not a meme?
4A is a meme in and of itself, so that's just a no. But I mean, like I said, Vengeful Nuclear Spirits is just a shit card. I don't even know why it's in the game the way it is. It's not supposed to exist the way it is. What was the name of the alt 2/2 that is not Shooting Sun?
Hellwave Cannon?
Hellwave Cannon. I think that card has a little bit of potential because it's like an extra layer of screen clearance. Because if you just spam 5C and 2/2B, you might end up catching opponents off guard. Because most of the time, what you need to do is the opponent grazes the 5C, and then what other options do you have? You can either backdash and run the risk of them continue dashing and just punishing your backdash, or you can just D6 tier 3, which in and of itself is also punishable if the opponent is smart. So, sorry, go on.
No, I mean, like, the issue with that is that people who know the matchup and don't play Eco, because Eco is an exception, they tend to stay in the like specific spacing, which I actually haven't covered in the matchup part, but well, like the spacing this is right outside the far 5A and 3A range. Is like where Oku is, like, she can't really do shit, like, if you just stand there and pretend you're doing stuff.
True.
Like, because, like, the best options to kinda cover it is her 6/6A, and, like, if you do 6/6A at that spacing, you end point blank to opponent, which is not perfect. You kinda want to hit with a tip, not hit, but, like, in most cases, unless you're playing versus Sakuya, who can't smash out. Anyways, the point is that when opponent is exactly at that spacing, that Hellwave Cannon is doing nothing. It's also not dense. Why is it?
Yeah.
Why is it B1?
Thank you, Tasafro.
Why are her fucking 5B bullets and 2B bullets are C1? I am playing the power character. I want to have my power fantasy. My bullets should beat everything.
I mean, the lasers, when you do get them charged up, they're pretty tough, but it's only usable like level 3 plus, and it's tough to even get it upgraded to level 3.
It's not really usable. I mean, I don't want to be depressed or whatever, like to sound negative, but if your opponent is allowing you to charge Hellwave Cannon,
you need a new opponent.
True.
Kinda. And Hellwave Cannon looks cool, so like the best looking.
Would that work on Okizeme?
It's like the fucking like charged lasers are like you literally cover whole fucking screen in one big bullet. I mean 4 big bullets, but doesn't matter. Like, that looks so cool, why isn't it real?
Thank you, Tasafro.
I want it to be good. I want to I want to indulge in my power fantasy and crush insolence and like.
Then you chose the wrong game, bro.
I mean, other than that, I can't think of anything else that could be used as a meme. Radiant Blade isn't a meme, it's just not as useful as Gazer because it's only useful for like comboing in corner. And mid-screen it just does less damage.
It's kind of hilarious that people block Radiant Blade way more than they block Gazer because it looks like Oku is ramming you.
Yeah.
But it's great, well. Like if they add like small melee hitbox on the forward dash on Gazer, it would be so good. I mean, not Gazer, Blade. Like when she actually goes forward, if she rams you with body. And yeah, that would be.
It would be awesome if Radiant Blade, like, even if only in level 2 plus or level 3 plus, it obtained a melee hitbox. That would make the card so good.
Yeah. I mean, that might actually make it kinda unfair to play against, but
That's the point.
But I mean, Oku shouldn't be fair. Oku is the best. Oku should be winning cold games, 10-1
Yes.
matchups.
Yes.
No, she should just be able to explode the whole screen and KO the opponent in an instant. That's what she should
Yes.
You can do that with Abyss Nova.
do. It's not in an instant, it only like charges up for 10 millennia and then you wait for a whole age for the screen to be... Not even the whole screen, you go
And
to
you
the
know
mid
what?
screen
Yeah.
and you
And
don't
you know
even
what's the fucking worst part of Abyss Nova? It recovers too fucking late. Why couldn't Oku recover before explosion ends? Or like at least at the same time, so you could like 4A, but it has like way over. I think I have been punished for Abyss Nova explosion by people who can time their 5A. This is
Wow.
bullshit. Yeah, there is recovery, and it's like I think 10 frames.
That's in a way impressive, I must say.
But yeah, memeing aside, I believe there is one skill we could go over a bit more, and that's Shooting Sun.
I
Shooting
like
Sun
that
I
skill.
actually like. It's a really satisfying skill to use. It's only
Yeah.
not as practical as what the fuck, Break Sun.
Default. And
Yeah,
the
like-
issue is that default is like you just can't end many combos without it, and that
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, like,
It's more of a neutral
like-
tool, I think, not a comp tool here.
No,
Like-
it's extremely important for finishing combos near corner air.
yeah, but the
And
thing
you.
about-
Okay, Zaten go.
the thing about Shooting Sun, aka Pillars, because that's what everyone calls it. It's like it's really good for sniping people. Like it's ridiculously good for people just being ceiling heroes, fucking Suakos and Sanaes and such. And it combos into itself 3 times in Monsoon. That looks fucking cool.
Oh, that's awesome. Kinda
Wait,
like Patch
like
Chelsea.
how could it combo 3 times when they can take out before 3rd time?
Hell if I know. It
I mean, I
works
guess
for
they
me.
aren't taking, and I mean, not taking and versus Soku is sometimes a good decision because you can hit 3A. But at the
Yeah.
same time, if you can air take versus Soku, do it. Like just cross up her with diagonal dash. Like you air take one direction, you do diagonal dash over her, and J5A while at the moment you are crossing her up, and then she's fucked because her 3A won't beat that. And
Yeah,
stuff.
everyone, you hear it, just cross her up, easy, easy, and then you win.
Yeah, that's how you win. It's super easy.
You just
Or you-
cross her up and that's it.
But yeah, Adept Machii, I like if Shooting Sun was an alt to 3, use it instead of Gazer in some cases.
Wait.
It would be... If it was like Alt 236, I guess I'll probably use it in some matchups. Like in many like versus sailing hero, it's not like Gazer isn't very useful against people who like to fly around. So yeah, that would be cool.
The thing about Shooting Sun though is that the trade-off with Breaking Sun is that you don't get to finish aerial combos as much like J5A, J6A, J5C, and then 22B, because it's like the BNB arrow combo for Oku. But the thing is, you do get better conversions off of like 3A to C on the ground, which you couldn't do before. You just couldn't limit anything from that. You just lunge the opponent up into the sky and you shoot to C, and then they recover all the way up there and you can't do anything about it. You just try to set up a fucking 6B and they throw a bullet from 2 miles away that destroys it anyway, so you just wait until they fall down.
But I mean, the pillar doesn't really help with it, because when you score like 3A counter hit, or actually on most ranges of, like when you actually hit with the tip, and your opponent shouldn't be retarded enough to get hit near the start, you don't get like the 2C doesn't combo into 2C unless you're like relatively close to corner.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when it does, you get like on most ranges you don't get the 5 hits of laser versus air because the opponent is so far. So you kinda have to go like 3A or like instant 2-2, and it's not. I mean, it's actually a big upgrade on most ranges over laser, damage-wise. Like you get, I think, like 3 or to 500 more. But at the same time, you lose way too much without default. But if it was the pillar was alternative 236, like Zaton suggests, then I can see it being used in many matchups actually. Like,
Yeah.
So once again, thank you, Tesafro.
I mean, they added ground melt, ground.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Tesafro, for
Be
ground.
glad you have
Best
this
skill.
amazing skill.
Yeah, it's
The one thing I hate about the Sofra in this game is that they made so many skill cards that look absolutely amazing. They look awesome, they sound awesome, they just look satisfying to use, and then when you use them, they're just complete garbage. Like, Pacha has so many skills that look cool but aren't as useful as like well, I won't be able to even name the skill cards because I don't skill cards because I don't even know Pache, but it's the same deal with Oku. Oku has so many skills that look cool, but they just don't play as well. It's like
I am just going to say that Oku's everything looks cool with the exception of vengeful nuclear spirits. Those look retarded. I kinda like
The idea is good, the execution sucks as everything Tesafro does.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to disagree with it. It's an unpopular position. I mean, it's not a Kirkle jerk, but Tassafro actually made a really good effort with Soku to make it, I don't know, like it has some underlying mechanics that prevent the game from being complete bullshit. Like they removed instant air dashes for a reason. There is a reason why this isn't allowed, and you can play a swear demo to understand what the fuck Soku with air instant air dashes is. Like when there is no minimal air dash, like overall like movement, cancel, height. It's stupid. You don't want to play that game. There was a swear demo footage. That was the God, that was the most hilarious thing. Just Ayas doing fucking 2A into instant iron. over and over. This is retarded. Like every character played fucking same. Because everyone did instant air dash shit. That was the only way to play the game. Thank you, Tasapro, for not making Soku like that, for like removing that stuff. Like you might think that they are completely retarded and what the fuck they are doing, but they are actually like there was a lot of thought put behind Soku Swear and Soku, and there is I don't see that effort and like behind Hopeless Masquerade and everything else.
Soku is love.
Soku is life.
Alright, then I guess we went over every mentionable skill and spell card, unless you want to point out something more.
Any other final shoutouts to any skill cards?
Final shoutouts to skill cards.
Yeah,
I'm going to shout. I'm going to shout out towards 4A skill card. It's really good. You should level up your 4A to get faster starts.
4A should be the best skill. Alright,
Okay.
but yeah, I guess with this we can finally wrap up this entire sad show.
So,
Yes, everything.
how did it
So
go,
if-
guys? It was.
Good morning, Genki.
Yeah,
How was the sleep?
I was just enjoying your stuff. It was really neat.
You're
Yeah,
just holding back, leaving us alone, you monster.
because usually I just scream loud as possible and say a bunch of nonsense. So this time around, at least.
This
Yeah,
time
I
let's
have
say
it covered,
do it.
Ganke. It's okay.
Adept is good at screaming nonsense and
I,
occasionally.
mean, I enjoyed it. It was really Keshra it was.
And as usual, so if the viewers want to ask questions, now is the timing. And in the meanwhile, I will ask you, Machii and Adepth, how did you enjoy this? Was it to your liking? Would you be interested in being part of another podcast, or do you think this was so horrible you will never want to be back again?
No offense will be taken, of course.
Okay, wait a second. We got a question from Irish on what is the best Oku palette.
White.
Oh boy.
And
The
I'm
blue.
going to say you either pick default or black one. You pick black
Default
one when
or
you
white?
feel edgy. Yes.
Blue, come on.
I've grown fond of blue.
I mean,
And yes,
okay, look,
reversal, my birds can do 4A and
there are
3A.
few palettes. When you want to tell your opponent that he is a fucking idiot and shouldn't install, you pick pink Oku.
No. Excuse me. Like there's pink Oku is fine, but the one palette you shouldn't pick is the dark purple one because that's the one Bola uses.
Oh,
Then again,
I
just
mean,
about
dark-
every pro Utsuho player uses that palette.
No, wait, there is like purple palette and like the edgy Oku, which is the best. I mean, not the best, but it's the most edgiest. The last palette. That one. Which one is we shouldn't pick? The third or like the last?
I mean, like the dark red one, the super dark red, dark pink,
Okay.
something along those lines. You know which one? With
I've
dark
never
hair.
seen anyone use the gold one.
Oh, the
I
gold one is
used it
pretty
in the
good.
mirrors.
Yeah, Morphman used it.
I think
And
Remox
here-
uses that one.
Maybe. I mean, Oku's palettes are actually like I feel like the default and last are the most mainstream. And I actually like Oku's Skull default cards. They're very great.
Yeah, they
Very
are.
yes.
And so to see what other questions we've got, so reversal. Smachi, can your birds do 4A? Have you ever gotten kicked by your birds before?
Wow.
Did they level 4A?
Yeah, they probably did.
I mean, I've got my finger bit once, so I guess that counts as a 4A. It was really fast too.
Interesting
so-
move.
No, that's Rocket Dive.
Oh, that's Rocket Dive with the knife. Rocket Dive. It was inside the cage too, so the hitbox really caught me off guard.
Do your birds sometimes look like they are gathering energy for seconds?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh shit. Just run to the edge of the screen and you're good.
You think they're just staring at you? No, they're gathering energy.
Yeah.
Machi's dying of radiation poisoning while he is in the podcast for us. I mean, that's the kind of dedication we wish our guests to have.
Oh man, press F to pay respect.
And Kayla asking, how many Yomus do you need to equate Oku's weight? I mean, it depends. Is Oku as light as a normal bird, or is she just a fat human being?
I am going to say that rod on her like right hand is supposed to weigh around like several tons.
And there's the cement boot, which
Yeah.
Yeah.
so adds to that.
So yeah, is the boot actually cement, concrete, or is it some sort of metal?
It's basically it's a reference to something from the Chernobyl incident.
Yeah,
Actually,
the elephant's food.
the elephant food, yeah.
Ah, I
And
see.
it's basically melted concrete.
Yeah.
Neat.
And it's like
I
okay,
didn't know that.
and I don't think there was actually like, God, where do I find this? Like, apparently she can like dismantle the stuff because there was the
Yes, there was a mention in the official manga that she can take
Yeah.
off the.
no, there was that screenshot where Oku is without her, so all her.
Yeah,
I
she-
mean,
she
it's
can take
actually
off the
wonder-
boot and the controller.
Like she would be so unbalanced with all those accessories, let's call them those. I am not sure how she even place.
She's like Rock Lee.
Oh, the weights. Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, so when she throws away all her stuff, she becomes fast as Aya. Teleports behind you, nothing personal, kid.
Turns into a 2-frame moves if she takes off the boots.
I'm ready for the tournament arc then. Hopefully it comes soon.
Okay, real quick, Kujubiki has been like pissing me off because he's been asking the question non-stop, and apparently I've ignored it like one time, but okay. So he asked, what do you... No. He asked, what do you think about Iko's all 2-on-4s versus Oku? Like the spinny one and the one that's delayed. Like matchup-wise, what do you think? Is it super effective? Is it not as effective as the normal one?
I don't think that default one is irrelevant in the matchup. It's not. Like it does nothing, I feel like. On topic of I don't feel like Dragon Eye will see much use because it's like has a really slow startup and allows like unless you're doing it as Bullet Oki on Oku, I don't think there is any reason to use it. Plus it's not like Iku needs some help versus Oku in neutral. And like those like delayed whatever like those coming from behind balls are most useful because they do it to their homing like properties, because I think they always home on the opponent unless he's behind you. They can come from angles that Oku struggles to cover, like when you're above her. Like at that angle between default 2-2 and 2C, there is that angle where Oko can't really beat bullets or even contest them. And I feel like it has the most use. But to be honest, I am like, this is my guesswork. Don't take that too serious. Like, it just feels to me that. And like whatever that BBQ's friend, I don't remember his nicknames, but
BP820.
Yeah, that guy. I think he used it backwards 2-on-4. And Machii, what do you think on this?
About the image?
No, I mean about the which alt 2-on-4 skill the Iku use versus Oku.
Oh,
I'll just say J2A.
I mean, they're both more effective than the default, that's a given, but I think I have more trouble with the spinny one in particular because it just forces Oku's hand. She either has to fight C to nullify the bullet and then get some free space, or she just has to block and take the pressure. But the thing is, it's all a bait because Iku can just dash in and wait until Oku tries to dissipate the A2-on-4, and then she can just J2A into it. And it's really tough to deal with because it controls so much space, and it just makes Oku's movement seem like just completely useless. She can't position herself against that. It's a really tough card.
Here you have it, two completely opposite opinions, but yeah, I kind of have to agree. I mean, they are both good, but
they're both good, yeah.
I feel like I struggled more versus backwards. I feel like Oku is already forced to move versus Iku just because Iku exists on the battle. I mean, on the screen. You can't like wait somewhere. So but that's different people, different opinions. Okay, so there is another next question from Kahila. A real question, what's Oku's archetype? I've seen her defined as grapple, but I'm not convinced. Okay, her definition as grapples comes from that, like whatever, many years old guide from me when I was relatively new to fighting games. But I am going to say that there is like the archetype of power character. Like generally, I mean, if you played the latest BlazBlue game, which is Central Fiction, there is that character called Susano, which is actually Oku. Like, it needs to level up skills. It has shit movement with like half a second startup where you run in place. Like it's actually awkward and big stupid boxes, good damage overall and stuff. Like the grappler came when I felt like all those awkward movement characters, which big damage and big boxes were like almost all grapplers, but they're like it's actually like whatever like power character. The one that trades off the movement and being like whatever trades everything for big boxes, big damage. The trade-off. I'm not sure that there are like actual list of archetypes. Anyway, if someone has any other comments, you can.
We have a question from the Zero as well. What do you think about the Komachi Utsuho matchup?
2 actually.
It's like versus Iku, but a bit better for Roku because Komachi is shit.
Great objective analysis of the matchup.
I know, right?
I mean, it's like it's actually the same. Like it plays pretty much the same as versus Iku, except that Iku's J2A is angled slightly down. I mean, not slightly, significantly. And Komachi does like Komachi tries to do with her J6A exactly same shit Oku does. And I don't know, like. I'm going to base it on my experience versus Boss Magister and whatever there was like Japanese, one of the best Komachi players some years ago on ERC. I played a significant amount of games with him and it was fucking hard to escape that pressure. Like I felt stuck in corner and mashing border escapes, hoping that she won't catch me with 6XA. And I feel like Oku can like neutral was shit. You like Oku struggles really hard versus characters with melee with big priority in air. Because what are you going to do? Like your air stuff is J5A and J8A. They don't hit like they don't have good horizontal hitbox. So when she gets outranged horizontally, becomes a struggle. So it's like Komachi is easier because her J6A is a bit less oppressive versus Oku due to it not being angled down, and because her damage is overall, I feel like. But it's still not good due to neutral being hard to play. Machi, do you have any other comments?
I mean, I play against Bago a lot, and he's like, I think the top SA Komachi there is, and I've grown relatively used to his play style, but the matchup is still rather difficult because Komachi's pressure is menacing. If you, she forces you to try and escape. Like, her whole pressure is all about that. She takes frame traps to a whole new level, and she also has the range to keep. It's really tough to even move around sometimes because the thing about Iku is that 6B helps a lot because Iku's bullets can't just outdent 6B. Like 5C doesn't interact, 6C gets absorbed by 6B, and 5B is just who cares. But Komachi's 5C actually just destroys, it just annihilates 6B, and it still goes on. And we all know just how painful Komachi's 5C is because it just keeps floating around like a big balloon, the fucking thing. And it's hard to deal with. So she really does pressure you on, and you just want to move around, but you can't. Because also J2A that covers fucking 720 degrees. It goes around twice and it hits the whole screen because that's balanced. I mean, I'm not complaining about the character itself. It is a rather tough matchup to deal with, in my opinion, but it's definitely not as tough as Iku. Okay,
but I feel like the issue here is that like Komachi is fucking hard. Like Komachi is a hard character, and Oku is not an easy matchup for any character. Like, if you know how to play versus Oku, you probably know how to play this game on high level. Like that's about it. And whatever like tests you may love, but Kamachi's pressure is like when good Kamachi pressures you, it's scary. It's scary not because like she's going to crush you right now. It's because you aren't escaping this shit. You're blocking and I don't know, like as Oko, and I think that that goes for pretty much any not small character. You are kinda like you have to guess a lot, and you can loop your maybe not bullshit, but
Yeah,
stuff.
it's really tough to deal with.
Mm,
Still not as bad as Iku though. Nothing's gonna get as bad as Iku.
I mean, Raisin comes close.
she doesn't.
Yeah, Raisin is just cancer. It's just Hitler to deal with. But
Yes.
other than that,
Where are our best quotes by Zatan?
Oh man.
Every
Oh, no.
Iku player is literally Hitler. Every Sakuya player continues Stalin legacy.
Okay, I think
Let me say something really quick, sorry. I know we are going to close up soon, but I do have one more question for the viewers, actually. And that is about the pictures and videos I put up today. I want to know if they were too many, or if some of them were too loud, or if I should just stop them completely, because I don't know. That is all. Go ahead.
That's
I
the
know,
right
I was
when
doing a lot.
people quit this.
No, I mean, I don't want to stop the images, but like, whew, do you see how many I had? I was
I mean,
stuck
Utsuho
on
was
Utsuho.
probably the most picture and video stack character we had so far.
Yeah, that's true. I know, I didn't really talk much this episode, I was doing a lot of the back work. And then Genki was chilling.
Every single time that happens.
All that
One
Utsuho
is
data though.
chilling, Zero Fuse is too busy with pictures
I
instead
am.
of talking.
I figure for once I could just take the sideline and enjoy the show.
But don't worry, for the next episode, Zero Fuse, we will have really almost no pictures, I assume, and we will just keep talking normally.
Yeah, we reached 3 hours and 30 minutes.
yeah,
This
Holy
is,
crap.
yeah, this is the longest
That's
podcast so
good.
far.
I'm
it's
surprised
right about
it
time
even lasted that long.
I think it's right about time we close up because this has been going for a while. We're all pretty tired.
Yes, true.
No,
Genki,
I can
take
go
us out.
forward.
Genki, do the shilling and take us out of here.
Okay, let's see. So, want to feel something that I don't know if it's news material, but did we ever shield Splinter video about stuff? Because I think we should actually shield.
How about we
promo-
should
okay,
turn it
le-
and
okay,
start
no,
in
le-
30 minutes?
Let me use another word. We should actually promote Soku content. And last time Splinter made a Tengu Drum video that was actually really interesting. Do we have the link right now? Or I can fetch it?
Well,
if
we
you
can
want.
save that for the Eye episode. Like really.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
I'll
I
put it
figured
on.
that we should still promote this kind of stuff that happens because we aren't going to go back to like, for example, a Yomu video.
Why wasn't that on our news topic?
I know. I was thinking that.
You shouldn't think, you should do. You're playing fighting games. Don't see it, press button.
I just go fetch the video. Also, outside of that, we also have the tourney coming like what 30 minutes or something.
I don't even know.
Oh yes, Civil War. Yeah, it's gonna be run
The
by
Civil
Zero.
War finals.
I am going to like link the professional flowchart to learning fighting games. Where is it?
It's just going to be 4A, isn't it?
No. It's way better. It's how to get good.
Yeah, Genki, this is 13 minutes. We'll save the
No,
13 minute
I'm
video
not
for
going
our
to.
episode.
I mean, I'm not going to to show it now. Just if it's it's a thing. Okay, just mentioning that. It's a really nice video.
It's also
I
pinned
would
on
also
the
ask
Soku
the
channel.
I would also ask the audience, how do you think this episode was better than the last one? We kind of tried to focus on a little bit different stuff than the previous episode, so
The fun
you
aspect.
can tell.
We had focus.
You guys mostly
We
just-
got lost.
You
in those
don't
requests.
you guys don't realize it. We actually tried to focus a bit on different things this time.
You guys
Like
went
Overstressed.
mostly free. Like really carefree and just said whatever you wanted to say about one topic, which is actually the right way to do, if you ask me. I prefer it. It's more interesting and more flows better. It flows.
We also jumped from like one topic to whatever conclusions.
It's more real, podcasty.
The next podcast must have Bolai and Alpha.
Jesus Christ.
What other shilling? Oh yeah! Next week we have Dream Chasers. My shilling does nothing. What do I do? I got
You posted in the beginners channel, you scrub.
I'm doing that. It does nothing. I've got like 6 people. Let me check.
Yeah, you're like going onto a Reddit channel and posting your tourney. That's exactly what it's like to go post in the beginner channel because we don't talk.
Oh god.
I got 7 people now. Woo!
The shilling works.
And tomorrow we also have the Meme Chaser.
Join Meme Chasers, or you're not a meme. And everyone wants to be a meme. We spent
true.
half an hour discussing
I'm a
memes.
meme without joining meme chasers. Get on my level.
I mean, if you're a meme, you're allowed.
Tessie, do you want to shield something? Because I think like Soku Saturday is coming to an end and whatever. Or you want to wait for another day to do that?
I am going to
We're
shill.
waiting.
I want to shill.
Oh yeah,
I want
go
to
ahead.
ask Zaytan something, but go
Okay.
ahead, Adept.
If you're tired of losing in Soku, it's time to think about your character choice. No character is better than Oku. Join Oku army. Join resistance. Badly Iku players. Gather Emilia players.
It's so awkward after hearing this.
we could not have ended on a better note. Thank you, Adept.
I'm still waiting on Tessie, I guess. He doesn't want to shield.
I just wanted to
Hashtag join resistance.
I just wanted to say that it's been an absolute pleasure to have Adeppt and Machii here with us.
Oh yeah, it was pretty fun.
The biggest surprise was Machii. Nobody here knew about him, and we just rolled with it, and Machii did a fine job here, so...
But the birds!
Yeah, the birds, I think, were the highlight.
It was the best extra we had in this episode.
Yeah, we had 2 Remelias in chat. Just their hearts are broken now. Good job, Adept.
Damn.
Yes, Remelia players.
Yeah. Okay, so Zaytan, I do have a question for you. Are you satisfied with the Utsuho episode?
Yes. I can die happy now.
Okay.
Aww.
Okay, anyway, I just wanted to say that thanks for the hosts of the podcast for being cavesome people and standing me shit talking her waifus 1v and not telling me 1v1 me I stuff.
Other than that, though,
if you kind of want me, I will be glad to join another podcast or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
The next one will be kind of not really new, more like we go back to the roots and we just don't have any character. We just do a podcast, which I think is really nice to break out from the usual character.
Yeah, absolutely.
other than that, though.
Fucking Splinter.
Mm-hmm. Nothing.
Okay, I just want to say something. Well, first of all, it was an absolute pleasure participating in the podcast. Thanks for inviting me, by the way, Zadin. I really had fun. At first, I was absolutely nervous because I didn't know how people would react to like this one BR player who shows up absolutely out of nowhere, start commentating shit about a character that he only plays and that nobody cares about. So I just
realized
holding my expectations really
my
well.
microphone was muted when I said that. God damn it. God damn it. So everything I just said was not heard. Fuck my life. Okay, what I was saying, guys, is that it is just about time to close up. And if anybody from chat is not part of the Discord, that
You said that.
No, you said that.
No, because my
you said that.
Oh, you did. You said that.
because my microphone was muted from the stream, guys.
No,
you
no,
guys
no,
heard-
no.
No,
you
but you
guys
said
heard-
that.
You said that.
We all had that.
it just showed up that my microphone was muted. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. We're good.
Classic
But anyway,
podcast organization skills.
anyway, it was a real pleasure having you here, Machii. So any time really. Oh man.
Not to mention, he has the best English out of everyone here as well.
Yeah.
Shout out to Machii.
Oh man. 9 episodes and I still pronounce stuff in the wrong way.
It's okay.
Oh,
I am just permanently confused about English words.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, but you give them that Russian spin, comrade, so it's fine. They just sound better.
Of course.
Da.
Da, товарищ.
How do you, Zayton, how do you say private square again?
Oh god damn it.
Private sphere.
How do you even do that?
Yeah.
Сквер.
Okay, so
Okay, one last name. I'm just gonna actually.
Huh?
Machii
kinda
died.
died.
Exactly what he's trying to do.
Sorry. I have one last thing to say before I shut down. Okay, here we go.
Oh
Wait,
god.
what?
What the hell was that?
Nani the fuck?
That was Machii.
Nani?
So yeah, thanks for having me on. I'm gonna be here all night. See you guys.
See
Oh,
ya.
goodbye, everyone.
I am not sure. Should I I don't know, start playing hard bass or something?
Alright, see you later, guys.
Thanks
Oh,
for having me over.
Later, Zero.
So did he finally